Do we switch? Are we live? Welcome. I'm going to assume we're live. I'm going to go like we're live. Welcome to episode 3 of Rime of the Frostmaiden, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is actually episode 2. I shouldn't say 3 because this is 2, even though the title says 3, because we lost our first episode. But we don't need to dwell on that anymore. We've talked about it. Once again, I'm Nick. I'm running the game. And with me as well are these 6 fellas continuing our campaign. Let's do just real quick introductions, starting with Josh and moving down the list.
I'm Josh. I am the shifter artificer of the group.
Justin?
Yeah, I'm Justin. I'm playing Kaylee, the human monk.
And Dave?
I'm Dave. I'm playing Leif, the human ranger.
And Casey?
Casey, Nahessa, the Yuan-Ti blade singer.
Ian?
Ian, I'm playing Xana Moonglade, a rogue swashbuckler.
Nice. And MJ?
I'm MJ Newman, author of The Key and the Crescent, coming to Amazon or Barnes & Noble soon, and I'm playing and I'm playing Runa Moonglade, the Eladrin druid.
Awesome. I realize I probably should have just said, let's introduce ourselves in order of the Discord, and then I wouldn't have had to say everybody's name.
I looked at the stream, I'm like, what order is this?
So what makes you think that we have Discord window open anyway?
I literally have no room for Discord, so... Why has it gone quiet?
Uh-oh. I think we lost Nick.
Nick is frozen.
That's also fair.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Nick's video froze.
Nick,
Nice.
your camera's frozen.
It's a good picture.
It literally looks like you're spelling a
Yeah. It's not bad. Fine.
See, for me, it just shows as loading.
It's completely...
But, all right. So,
we can hear him.
when last we... What? Can you hear me?
You'll
It's
feel like
sort
I'm
of
in a temporal anomaly right now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it's you're just
Okay.
lagging.
No, you're back now. I
Okay.
think you're back.
Okay.
Still not moving. Yeah.
I'm still not
Oh, it's
moving.
moving on my screen.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Okay, you're back. You're good.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good. You're good. You're good.
Mhm.
All right. So, like I said, they were sailing from Fireshear to Arlsparg. They were attacked by a were-rat who escaped their captor. And then while at Arlsparg, completing their delivery, they picked up a silver short sword on behalf of the crew. They faced that were-rat and her sisters, who attacked them upon completing their second delivery. After that, they agreed to take a letter from the recipient of their second delivery back to Luskin, although there's some concern that they might not go back to Luskin. We'll find out, I guess, as we go. As they were sailing back towards Orkney, a blizzard sent them off course or forced the ship to head further south to avoid it, heading them back on the path to Fireshear. And while they were sailing towards Fireshear, they were attacked by a giant skeletal shark that leapt out. So there was some awesome stuff going on. I don't want to skip over it. Because we had an Eladrin riding a dolphin, sword fighting against a skeletal shark, which was pretty intense.
And Eladrin riding on a dolphin Eladrin.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I can say that that's a D&D first for me. I've never had anyone dolphin riding in combat before. So yeah. And then the shark leapt on board the ship, where it was carried, as they saw, by 6 skeletons inside the skeletal shark. But they dispatched the shark and the skeletal minions pretty quickly. They heard the name Scarred, which is the name that Nahessa realized was the name of a frost giant lich, Scarred Draugson, that she has heard of before. And then they put into port at Fireshear, about a day ahead of the blizzard that is moving south and east across the landscape. And that was where we last left off. So we're going to stay on this main screen on Roll20 for a little bit, just because I don't have a Fireshear map currently. But you guys dock at Fireshear. You guys dock at Fireshear with the icebreaker. And then as you are docking, you see 2 familiar faces. You see Kalanai, the village elder, the human woman, and you see Griggle Dusklock, the I wanted to say Dark Iron again, the Dwagar dwarf, who was the blacksmith that you completed your delivery with last time. They both approach the dock. They wave at you. They greet you. As you guys are, as the ship is being tied down and the sailors are preparing to stay in Fireshear for a little while, Colin I approaches and she says, I'm excited to see you guys have returned. She goes, I am prepared to make good on my promise from last time. The Dancing Bear Inn is free for you guys to stay for up to a 10-day. I will cover the charge for your rooms. She's like, and that's just a way of me saying thanks for all of the help that you gave us last time you were in town.
We appreciate the offer. I'm not sure how long we will be staying. At this point, we have been waylaid from our plans and are behind schedule, so we might be continuing on fast.
And she nods. She's like, understandable. She's like, but should you feel that a stay in Fireshear is not going to set you back too far, feel free that, like I said, the Dancing Bear, that's open for you guys to stay in as long as you need. And then she kind of looks over her shoulder and she sees Griggle Dusklotch, the Dwagar, standing back there. And she's like, I believe Griggle had a request for you as well. She's like, so I'll hand it over to him. She's like, if you have any questions or concerns, or if you need provisions or supplies before you do end up heading out, she's like, feel free to see me, and we can even see about possibly getting you guys supplied for a winter trek overland. And then she turns around and stomps off. And then Griggle approaches. And he goes, oh, he's like, you're here. You're back in Fireshear. This is great. May I ask, what's your next destination?
Well,
Did you explode more houses?
No. And he looks around nervous. He's like, explode more. No, of course not. I didn't. He's like, I'll have you know that I have been appointed. It has been requested of me to do many hours of community service every day for the next couple months to help undo the damage that was caused. He's like, but I asked. Oh, go ahead.
why don't you just summon something to do the labor for you?
Yeah, you know,
That's.
a few methods, they'll do it.
He's like, that's, maybe I will. That's actually a good idea. I hadn't thought of it. Perhaps I will. But he's like, that's besides the point. He's like, and perhaps you can see the fruits of those labors next time you're in Fireshear. But I ask because if you indeed are taking the 10 trail out of Fireshear and heading northeast, he's like, that would means that you're going through Hundlestone. And I have a delivery that I would be happy to pay you to take to a smith in Hundlestone.
More deliveries. What are we, mailmen? Oh wait.
Oh, that's quite. We're quite literally
More
mailmen.
money for some place that we're going anyway, you mean?
Well, of course, I hope that
character.
since the distance isn't as long as from Luskin to the north, and since it's over land and not over sea, and presumably not as dangerous, I would hope you'd be willing to negotiate and come down on price a little bit.
Who are we delivering to?
The delivery is going to a dwarven smith in Hundlestone by the name of Shorthelm. And I have here 5 adamantine bars that are supposed to go to him.
Seems reasonable enough.
I think
What-
that can be arranged.
What would you think? So I know 30 gold was the charge for the previous delivery. What would you think would be in
30 gold is the charge.
30 gold again?
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I guess I had hoped that you would consider reducing it, since the you're not traveling as far, and you'll probably get there before the day is through if you make good time.
Right, but we
Try to put your-
we could have just carried on through town and left you to deal with the flaming houses and the methods that you summoned and all the
Well,
carnage
you-
that you caused.
You
You're not
could-
just paying for a delivery service, you're paying for discretion, because you want to make sure that only your buddy gets exactly what he deserves, right?
Whoa! What?
That, something that you don't want someone to have gets out into the open,
I
and then who knows what they would do with that information or what have you.
roll me an intimidate check. This sounds intimidating to me.
That's the point.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Are you threatening to take the product that I'm paying you to deliver and
No, if
drop
we
it?
take a product to deliver, we deliver price is the price.
Right. 30 gold. Would you even consider 20?
I consider
25.
20. I consider 20 for the flitting of a hummingbird's wing and move back to 30.
And then he looks, he's kind of looking from everyone else because, Leif is the one that's standing up for all this. And then he looks on Rixana and he's like, I mean, is this reasonable? Does he do all of the negotiations for you? Surely, I mean.
Do you want it delivered or not? I'm very busy.
Runa's chasing a snowflake.
To be honest, it's not reasonable, but I also find negotiating really boring. So I think what my friends here are trying to say is they're greedy and they want 30 gold, and we're not going to do it for
It's nothing to
anything
do with
other
greed.
than
The
that.
price is the price.
It's the service. Yeah.
We all have our interpretation.
We didn't even set it. You can take this up with Leskar,
Oh,
But-
all right. Well,
It's company
Fair enough.
policy that it's 30 gold for delivery.
he takes out his belt pouch and he counts out the money and he's like, all right, fine. And he hands it to Leif, who's I'm presuming is the nearest one. He's like, there you go. He's like, 30 gold. He's like, I had hoped that we might be able to reach an agreement.
I don't even count it. I just toss the pouch directly at Kaylee.
He's like, I had hoped that we'd be able to reach an agreement, but I understand you have a business, you have standards, of course.
Where are the bars?
Yes, the bars, yes. And then he moves over and he grabs a bag and he lifts it up. He's like, they're adamantine, so they're not too heavy. They shouldn't cause you much trouble on the trip. And he hands those to Leif.
I hand those to Bear.
I hand those to Robo Bear.
Your friends expecting these? Anytime
Yes.
soon?
No, I mean, I'm assuming you're going straight to Hundlestone. There's not much on the way. But I'm sure if you take a day or two in Fire Shear to recuperate, that wouldn't be a problem. He's like, Storm is moving in. You'd probably either want to get started soon or wait it out here.
Does your fellow Smith have smoky friends as well? Can we expect any of that? Or
Well, Shorthelm is more of he's more of one of those
Respectable
boring
type?
smiths. Yeah, well, I mean, some people would say respectable. I would say traditional. I would say
Sure.
he's not willing to experiment. But yeah, so
He's respectable, unlike, you. No, just kidding. I didn't say that.
It
sounds
sounded like you
fair.
said it.
Okay.
No, Runa's off chasing something.
Mhm.
Snowflakes.
chasing snowflakes.
Yeah. And then at some point we'll lean into Kaylee and look at the bag of gold that she's been handed and say something like, people take those tiny discs very seriously, don't they?
Yeah, perhaps a bit too seriously. Yep. You get the idea that Kaylee probably would have been fine with whatever. So
Hmm.
What time of day is it? Is it morning?
Right now it's probably late morning. Yeah, it's probably like around 10, 11 a.m.
There's nothing
Uh,
for us to stick
and then-
around for, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna head
Well,
north.
If we want to leave with the storm on the way or wait it out.
How far
The
away is
storm
it?
could last for days.
We should make sure that we are equipped first. We were offered help getting equipped for the storm. Might as well take advantage of that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yep.
So I did say in Discord whether or not you guys saw that, but everybody does start, like, now that I have my hands on Rime of the Frostmaiden because it's released, yay. Everyone should have cold weather clothing automatically. So, and what that does specifically for you is as long as it remains dry, you automatically succeed on saving throws against the effects of extreme cold. So you want to avoid getting it wet. But yeah, everyone starts with a set of cold weather clothing. And Leif, you would definitely know, and everyone else would probably be able to surmise as well. But Leif is from this area. You would know that traveling in the deep snow like this, you're probably going to want snowshoes.
Yep.
Which those run 2 gold a pair.
Okay.
But they will make your pace. So your pace is significantly reduced in deep snow without them, and it's gonna make you guys able to basically travel at a normal pace with them. So,
Purchased.
Okay, I'll buy
Yep.
some.
and if you guys are purchasing snowshoes, Kalanai would she would offer to cover half the cost, so it'd be 1 gold per person. So
Sure.
Might as well.
I'm going to get an extra
Had
pen.
to turn that down.
nice.
Kaylee gives splits out the 5 gold apiece for the 30 that Leif negotiated.
Now
Oh, sure.
roll, I might add.
Okay. Cool.
She gives the 5 for Runa to Rixana. Well,
Rixana has
I-
power of attorney.
I asked Runa if she would like Rixana to manage her money.
Oh,
Manage?
Just hold on to it.
She just shrugs. She doesn't care. If Rixana cares, then she can have it. If Rixana doesn't care, then Runa will take it and squander it.
I think Rixana would probably take it, and then in a moment when people aren't paying attention, just pass it to Runa.
I like your style.
all right. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to do in Fire? Did you want to stay in Fireshear and wait out the storm, or did you want to try and beat the storm and get to Hundlestone before it, before it hits?
Turn down free lodging or just leave and then
Risk
I
our
mean,
lives for no
I understand
reason.
the urgency of getting this dude his medal.
The
But,
storms here last a while, right?
Leif, you know that most storms usually last, like if they're a big storm, they usually last like 3 or 4 days on average. They can go more, they can go less.
We're not
But
waiting
those are
3 or 4
those.
days. I'm not staying in this
I
town.
was just,
for 3 or 4 days.
what's the
Yeah.
what's the tavern look like? Just
The
some
Dancing Bear Inn and Tavern is like, if you go and check it out, it's small. It's much smaller than the Cutlass. The common room is basically a bunch of chairs like in an open room, and then they have a bar.
Yeah,
So very little going on there.
yeah. Let's get going.
Can I use my very impressive nature skill to check how long I think before the storm hits?
Yeah, I'll go. You can give me a nature skill if you want, or a
Sure.
nature check.
Is that an ironic, very
It is. I have a +1 for that. 8. Oh, it's a storm.
You don't you think it's gonna you don't think it's gonna hit today. Rixana thinks it is not going to hit today.
We're good. No problem. Let's
We're good.
go.
This.
Is there a
All
caravan going to
Is there a caravan going? No. From what you can tell, it looks like everyone's buckling down in preparation for the storm, and also still in the process of completely like rebuilding and refurbishing the buildings that were set ablaze from Griggle last time you were here.
I'm sure we know better than that. Let's go.
All right.
The party like went to check out the dancing bear very briefly, and they're all like standing in front of it, and Runa's like, "That's not a bear."
This is a bear.
Yeah, turns into a bear and starts dancing.
Waste my 1 shift to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, my
So
honey. Hello, my darling.
so you guys are clad in your brand new snowshoes. And Leif, we're going to consider you the guide or the pace setter essentially for this group, since you're the experienced one, unless anyone has strong feelings as to the contrary. But that was my assumption.
As far as like knowledge of the land,
Mhm.
Runa wouldn't be good at it, but she is good at survival in general.
Oh, sure.
So
I have some knowledge of the land. I have not spent as much time as Leif has, but
Mm.
keep in mind I am from around the Dale and I have putzed around in 10 towns a few times.
Sure. Okay.
So-
Well, then it's up to you if you want someone else to take the
I'm
lead on this. Okay.
Life
I
Just
was
saying
just
it doesn't have
I
to.
just get going.
Okay. Well, I guess he is the leader because he just leaves.
I think you and I turn to each other and we both nod once we see the bar.
So Leif, do you want the group to travel at a slow pace, a normal pace, or a fast pace? A slow pace, you believe that it would take you about 25 hours to get to Hundlestone. But you'd be traveling more carefully. You would be able to make stealth checks, that sort of thing. If you're traveling at a normal pace, it would take you about 17 hours. And if you're traveling at a fast pace, it would take you about 13 hours.
Normal pace is fine.
Okay, great. Okay. So, traveling at a normal pace, you guys leave Fire Shear. You're making great time during the sunlight, during the day. In fact, the clouds start to roll in over the halfway point of your journey, but Leif is still pretty confident that you guys should make it to Hundlestone before too long. And then it doesn't, maybe like another hour or so, the winds pick up really hard and they start slowing you guys down. And it seems like maybe that storm is moving in quicker than anybody expected it to, unfortunately. So, what I am going to need is survival checks. And we're going to have Leif make the first one because he's leading the group. And then based on his, that could either determine like that'll change the DC for the rest of the parties.
Right. I'm going to burn
So
the
Leif,
information that I was gifted by chat last week.
nice. Oh, very good, very
Nice.
good. Okay, so Leif is still really confident, traipsing through the snow like this. So let's have everyone else make survival checks for me, and the DC will be relatively low thanks to that. Oof. Well, as a group check, you guys succeed because you only had the one failure, which was Kaylee, and I would imagine that like she maybe like loses sight of people at some point or whatever. The wind's picking up really strong and the snow starts falling, and you guys are able to grab her and redirect her onto the path ahead. And so you're able to make that after a few hours here. The sun has gone down. The clouds are really heavy overhead. The snow is whipping around, and you're starting to lose sight of the 10 trail because so much snow is falling at this point. But thanks to Leif's knowledge of the region, he keeps you relatively on track. And as you're going, you reach this point, despite the wind whipping through the air and the ambient just like noise of the storm, you hear the sound of an animal roaring, like almost like in pain. And then in rage, like you hear two different roars, and then you hear a person yell out in pain, and it's off the track, it's off the trail, Leif, but it's still kind of ahead of you. It's just you would have to veer from the trail to investigate it if you wanted to. Do you want to investigate?
I'll signal to the others that there might be a problem.
Okay.
And get them to stop, and then just give them.
Did everybody hear that or just Leif?
I would say anybody with passive perception of like, I'd say probably 15 or higher. Leif heard it for sure because he's up front, but anybody else who has passive of 15 or higher would have heard it.
Can I tell what
Oh.
animal it was?
Ooh, yes. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna call for a check even. You know that it is a Yeti that you heard.
Oh, snap.
What do we know about Yetis?
Well, I'll
I
explain.
think-
I think someone's fighting a yeti. It sounded like someone was fighting it, right? Or yelling.
Mm-hmm. You heard the Yeti roar, and then you heard a person shout out in pain.
I think anybody who glances over at Runa would notice that she's kind of shaking and being oddly quiet.
As opposed to oddly quiet.
As opposed
I was going to say you're
being
kind
oddly
of that's your
talkative.
default mode.
As opposed to
Well,
quietly
like-
odd.
Yeah, quietly odd. I like that.
Is she quiet though?
Well, I'm going to go out
Is
after it.
this
Yeah,
normal?
Kaylee is interested to help out as well.
We're gonna
I-
find out what's making the noise sooner or later.
I see everybody react. What's wrong?
There's a yeti out there. It sounds like it's hit somebody.
Immediately draws gun and ready to follow.
I'm gonna hit somebody. No, okay. All right.
Knowing what we
Okay,
know
so-
about Bear's gun, do I think there's any chance of it causing an avalanche?
Ooh, that's a
Rime-
really good question.
I mean, we're not like on
not
a mountain, right?
yeah,
No,
not
but
here. Yeah, you're traveling over plains. With the sound, yeah, I would say that it probably would cause you some stress were you in like on a mountainside.
Right.
Leif. Okay, what's I'm gonna need a quick marching order, guys.
me.
B.
Okay, Leif up front.
Kaylee second.
Okay.
I'll come next.
Okay.
I think I would probably. I think Runa probably needs like someone to like. We're all going. Come on, like come with us
Mm,
and like
mm.
drag her along.
I'll
She's
I
just
was
standing
planning
kind
on
of
going
petrified.
last, so I will have noticed that.
Okay.
I guess if you're gonna choose to delay.
Yeah, she just like her gaze just fixates in the direction of the noise, and she pales over and she doesn't move at all until you prod her along. Like, Runa, come on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold
So
your hand or whatever. But
so Leif, Kaylee, Rix, Bear, Runa, and Nehessa in the back.
Sounds about
Sounds
right.
about right.
sure.
Okay, great. All right, I'm going to move us over to another map. I have your visibility reduced due to the storm, so it is not due to darkness or anything like that. It is just simply because of the wind and the whipping snow. So Leif at the front of the group, now heading in a on the map, northwesterly. You're not heading northwest, you're heading northeast, but actually heading in that direction on the map, you can see a human who's bundled in furs. He's holding a great axe in one hand, and it looks like he's wounded, like he's carrying himself as if he's hurt. He's facing away from you, and you can just barely see a large shape, silhouette, essentially ahead on the other side of him. That it's horned, it's large, it's furry. It looks like what you imagine or what you know Yetis look like. So if you guys are so actually Leif, since you're the one that sees that, I will let you decide your course of action, and then we will decide what happens from there.
I'll point that out to the others in case they can't see it.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna just bundle my way forward.
Okay. Okay, Bear, I got your long strider on there. All right. As you approach, you guys can move forward a little bit. So everyone can move up to about where Leif is there. Yeah. As you approach, you see the one Yeti is also hurt fighting this man, and you can see I should move this into frame here. Behind that Yeti, you see a large body lying on the ground that looks like it's a dead Yeti. So it looks like this guy has fought off or was in the process of fighting off two of these things. He's got one of them down, but the other one has him on the ropes, so to speak. And they're both oblivious to your approach because of the sound of the storm and the sound of their combat. So, once again, Leif, I will leave it in your hands.
Do I know that are Yetis notorious for attacking people, or is it Yeti season? What is the deal?
Yeti attacks on like travelers are not uncommon. Like Yetis are aggressive, they're territorial, they hunt, they usually hunt in groups, and they're not afraid to attack like caravans and stuff like that.
But
This guy's out here apparently by himself, which is kind of weird. But
quite far off the 10 trail.
yes. I mean, he was close enough that you could hear him in a storm, but yeah, he's not like right there, so.
I'm gonna run forward and yell.
What are you going to yell?
Ah.
You gad's a Yeti. No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, my point is, do you want to engage? Do you want to intervene in the combat?
I'm
Or
definitely getting involved.
okay, then I will call for initiative and let me delete Nehessa's 5.17 from there. Okay.
There's my usual initiative.
Nice.
It felt weird going first that one round last game.
I got to get used to this new layout of all these of like where my monsters are because it's all different now. Now that I'm actually using the Rime of the Frostmaiden content. Gosh, there's so much. So much stuff.
Thanks, Wizards of the Coast ad. I have a sleepy cat over here. Come here, sleepy cat. Come here.
Okay, so we'll
Hi.
sort this
Oh.
descending. So Runa, you actually rolled first. So you see Leif draw a hand axe and start to move forward. What do you do, Runa?
I think Runa would probably sorry to be like this. Runa backs up like 5 feet, shaking her head wildly and saying no, he's lost the game. He's lost the game. Tissa has him now. We can't intervene.
What?
Okay.
That's your turn. Sorry.
I like that. No, I like that. I like that. Leif, you're up.
I guess I hear that though, right?
I would say you hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of under her breath though.
Right.
Oh, so you
She's
probably
not like
wouldn't then.
crying out, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna move to here and then lob both axes at the Yeti.
Nice.
Like you do.
20 hits. For 5. Okay.
And then I'll go again.
The axe flies over the guy's shoulder and embeds into the chest of the Yeti, and it growls. And he has this moment. The guy has a moment of shock, and he turns to look back at you, and he has just a look of gratitude in his face. So he doesn't say anything.
Whip the other axe past his head.
Yeah, nice. 17 hits. All right. The creature's bloodied, but to remind you, it was wounded previously. So his turn, he sees Leif approach and he gives Leif a nod, and then he turns around and, not ready to back down, he swings his two-handed axe at the Yeti. And he is fighting even though he's wounded, Leif, you see that he's fighting in such a way that he is swinging wildly, but he's also leaving himself open for attack. So he still hits, and he causes tremendous damage on this Yeti, but you can tell that like he's fighting in such a way that he doesn't care for his own safety. Nehessa, you are up.
Right, sorry, gonna measure this again. Alright, I'll step up 10 feet to get into range of this thing. I'm gonna throw out minor illusion, just the sound of like just this piercing, like a like the stereotypical eagle dive, keening screech, targeted at the Yeti. So if it doesn't, it can make an investigation against my spell save.
Oh, right. Otherwise, it assumes it's real.
Got a giant eagle screaming and diving at it. And then I'm actually going to back up. I'll turn on Blade Song for another extra couple of feet of movement. 15, 20, 25, 25, 30. And I'm going to grab onto I'm gonna grab onto Runa's arm.
Okay.
I don't know if you want this to be grappling. I don't know if you resist.
I'm not. She's still sort of like semi-petrified, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So this is not comforting. I don't want to have to look for you if you wander off in the dark. This is explicitly pragmatic.
Nice.
Because the thing looks pretty close to dead, I guess. Or, I mean, at least there's two big people swinging axes into it. So I'm going to...
She does kind of like snap, like her gaze snaps to yours instead of being like fixated on the Yeti. And she just kind of like, her eyes looked like they were glazed over, and now they look a little bit less like now she's paying more attention. And she says, what's happening?
I think they're going to hit it with axes a couple more times.
And
All
she
right.
just looks like she's considering what's happening. She doesn't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rixana.
All right. I think Rixana is kind of like looking back what's going on with her sister and then also looking up at the Yeti, and one of these situations she knows better how to handle. So she's gonna
Hmm.
charge at the Yeti.
Nice.
So
That checks out.
yeah. So that should take me to 30 feet right there, and I'm just gonna hit the thing.
All right.
Okay. Sneak attack. Doo-doo-doo. 9. I'm guessing that misses.
That does miss. Oof.
Bonus action hit. Bonus action offhand.
Oh, sure.
An
Oh.
8? Oh gosh.
Ian.
It's happening again.
Okay. So this Yeti, frightened by the arrival of Leif and confused by the arrival of Rixana, it is going to.
The eagle screech.
And the eagle screech, right? Oh yes, I even put a symbol on it to remind myself.
A fireball symbol.
A little yeah, a fiery
Yeah.
eagle. It's going to. Yeah, so it calls out. It roars out, and its roar echoes out. And you hear a responsive roar from the northeast as. Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Good.
Yeti part 2.
Part 2
Electric blue.
and
Part
3.
Do I get my reaction against this one?
Ooh.
Yes, go ahead. Throw that axe. 17 hits. Nice. And this one's going to go that direction. Okay, so as 2 more Yetis come barreling through the trees at you guys, and then this one is going to make 2 claw attacks at Rixana.
Okay.
First one, yeah, that's a hit. What's your AC?
14.
14. Okay, yeah, that's
Usually
a
the hit on miss comes after you ask the AC.
hit. Well, it was high enough that I figured it was good.
We
I wanted to
all
check.
have our AC like written on the bars, don't we?
Yes, yep. I have to select the token though to see it, and I didn't have it selected.
Oh,
So,
okay. I thought
so
it was
Rix, you take 10 slashing damage
Oh,
and
boy.
6 cold damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah, not a
Okay.
small strike. And then it's going to
11 and 6, you said?
10 and 6,
10 and
10 and
6.
6. Okay.
and then it's
You
going
are-
to claw. Ooh, yep. We have a bloodied Rixana, and then it's going to claw at you again for a miss on that one. And that, unfortunately, we did get a little bit of a later start, but bedtime is still bedtime, so we're going to take our break right here. And we will
Cliffhanger.
reconvene in about 15-ish, maybe
Oh, wait,
20-ish
that means I have
minutes.
to do something.
That means you have to.
What's your deal, Tob?
Okay, I've switched it back and I'm going to turn it up now. Hold on.
Okay. So we're back. Just going to test out some audio stuff real quick. Just trying to get the levels all set.
You guys start
Thanks
talking.
for watching. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for coming out to this. This has been really fun so far, and I'm excited to get into the actual campaign content.
Thanks for watching us fix our audio levels.
Yeah. Thanks for watching us troubleshoot in.
Quality content you show up for.
So,
Right.
Dave, you're a little better. Still not quite as loud as everybody else, but you are noticeably better.
Right, but you can't hear the Discord twice, right?
No, we're
No?
not getting. I'm not getting any echo.
Because I can see it picking it up, but it's very on the low end.
No, I'm listening to it now, and it's coming through fine.
Okay, let's go then.
Great. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we left off with the Yetis running in and the one taking 2 swipes at Rixana. So now, Kaylee, it's your turn.
Okay.
Oh, I should say that this fella right here is. I should mark him as bloodied because he is bloodied. So.
Oh no, I'm so worried about him.
Kaylee is going to step up and she's going to try to defend her companions behind her and attack with quarterstaff.
All right. A 12 is a hit.
Hooray!
Hope you're taking note, Rixana.
I will spend a I will spend a key point to dodge, and with that, I get a free unarmed.
Nice.
Wait, you put inspiration up to 1200?
I did turn it up, yeah.
You asshole.
Yeah.
Rixana, you get inspiration from Jayhawk Olive in
I
chat.
think you find that he gave that inspiration to Miss Anna.
Miss Anna, yeah. But he says don't die, and we all know who that is right now.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
6 more bludgeoning damage. All right. Very nice.
That's me.
Okay, and you said you took the dodge action?
Yeah, I'll put some icon up there.
Bear.
I can do it.
Okay. Bear is actually going to back up a little bit.
Okay.
And I am going to cast what's the name of the spell? Heroism
I don't know.
on Runa. So it's going to give you some temporary HP, which I know
The one
you
who's
probably
not
don't care
fighting.
about. But a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. So
Oh, I'm so brave.
help out with whatever issues you're dealing with. Bear's gonna reach down, his giant paw, and just put it on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You got this, little one.
Nice.
And yeah.
All right.
And then Robo Bear is going to charge up in between these other two, and I am going to use my bonus action to attack that one.
All right.
So
Nice. That's a hit.
okay, for 10 force.
Oof. All right. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Runa, now thusly empowered by Bear's heroism. It's your
Right.
turn.
So upon seeing the other two Yetis arrive, Runa just gives like a quizzical glance between all three of them, and just says like, "Wait, there's three. You can't be Tissa. There's three of you." And then like, and then Bear gives her the heroism spell, and she just like wrenches free from Nahessa's grasp, and turns into a bear, like you do.
Nice.
Yes.
So let me search my token. Boom. And I will charge forward. And as I'm charging forward, I will. Oh, I can't use my bonus action because that is my bonus action. So yeah, I'm just gonna charge forward and attack. But first, I have to roll for my hit points.
Yes.
So where's that?
I'm a good role model, apparently.
Oh, all my macros went away. All right, so I just have to roll 48
Nice.
plus 18 plus my wisdom modifier. Which is
And that
3.
replaces the temp HP from the heroism, but
Right. Well,
but
what
you got
are
a
you gonna do?
significant amount, yeah.
Actually, I'll do. There you go. And then I'll attack.
Okay.
Whack.
Ah,
Oh,
there you go. There's a crit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how it's
First
done,
crit.
sis.
Mhm.
Wow, I crit for 1. That's not the best crit I've ever done.
But it is enough to bloody this Yeti.
Yeah, so I just like leap forward. I'm still only a medium-sized bear because I don't have the upgrade that makes me a big bear. But I just kind of like latch onto the front of it, like I leap onto it and I just like or something. I don't know. A bear can do that. That sounds
Right,
bad,
bears
right?
do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's bear stuff.
Yep. Hashtag bear stuff.
Leif.
Oh, she's immune to fear, heroism, so that might still be relevant.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Searing Smite, move to here, and hit this one with a melee attack.
Okay. Nice.
Guess everyone's got spells.
I mean, yes, a little bit.
Nearly.
Shit.
Oof. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, that's a miss. That's it.
But Searing Smite is still active at least.
Yeah.
So.
Are you taking notes, Roxana?
I'm in danger.
All right. He's going to take another swing at the Yeti in front of him. Once again, swinging with reckless abandon. And he hits. And he fells it. So it drops. And he kind of, like, he's bleeding. Like, you can tell that he's hurt pretty badly. But he looks at Roxana. And he kind of gives her this moment where he checks to make sure. Like, he doesn't say anything. But he just looks at her and is like, are you okay? Are you going to be fine? Like, you know.
He's looking at Roxana.
Yeah.
You gonna
And
be
then as soon as Roxana, like, he can tell standing and, you know, she's still in the fight, you know, then he's going to turn around and run over to this one here. And that is his turn. So Nahessa, you are up.
And they really look like they have the fighting stuff handled. I will take a pot shot at this one closest.
Okay.
Nice.
Oof.
All right.
So that's going to hit
Ow.
one of your allies.
What?
So a crit miss on a ranged attack when they're engaged, I count that as hitting an ally. So 1 to 2, it's Robo Bear. 3 to 4, it's Kaylee. 5 to 6, it's Rune.
Come on, Robo Bear.
And I rolled a
Here
4,
we go.
so it's Kaylee.
The one person who doesn't have a huge pool of hit points.
Oh, well, look at that. It's a pretty good damage roll, though. So that's good.
Oh,
So Kaylee gets a crossbow bolt to the back. As
Oh, wait, no,
Nahessa.
she dodged. Does that... so that gives
No, because this.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Nice. Stunning points.
Okay.
Not done yet.
Roxana.
Okay, she's gonna shake off that hit. That's probably the hardest she's ever been hit in her life. There's like blood in her eyes, but seeing the battles elsewhere, she's gonna charge across. Let me see.
I'm thinking in Nahessa's mind, she's like, still not a miss. Technically not a miss.
She's the healer. I don't need to...
Yeah.
I neither
You're
find
the healer, you'll be
I
fine.
neither find her threatening and can, or I don't find her threatening and I can respect her importance in terms of, you know, the composition of this group of people. I do not feel
move.
the need to
The Holy
antagonize her.
Trinity is a thing in the D&D like universe.
She's the only person so far that has healed anyone.
True.
Unless someone else is a secret robot, I don't trust Bear to do it.
Secret healing robot.
I hope Robo
so
Bear is
it's,
the cloud.
I
remove
have
25
hearing
and
magic.
attack.
Okay. 14 hits.
14 damage.
Nice.
And then I'll follow up with offhand attack. This will not be sneak attack. 9.
9's not going to do it.
And then with my last remaining movement, I'll back away. Right there.
Oh.
I got 5 feet of movement in me.
And thank you, Josh, for making me aware that I deleted initiative. So he had a 9. So after Roxana, the Yetis are going to go. That one backed off. Let's see. 1 to 2, Robo Bear. 3 to 4, Leif. 5 to 6, the other guy, Alvan. 3, so Leif, taking 2 claw swipes at you.
I'm going to use Robo Bear's reaction to give him disadvantage. At least
Okay,
on the first
very nice.
attack.
Sure. All right, so first attack with disadvantage, that's a miss. And second attack, normal, is a crit.
Oof.
Of course it is.
For 21 total damage.
Excuse me?
That's
Oh.
14 slashing and 11 cold. Oh no, 25. Sorry, 25
25.
total
Ooh.
damage.
Shoot down, right?
Yikes.
Are you for real?
I think
Yep.
that's.
Can
that's
I
a
use my
down.
reaction to cast Absorb Elements on the cold?
Yeah, you can.
I would say you could, yeah. Hmm.
That's what that's for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. And what is that? You have resistance. Oh yeah, so you take 6 damage. So you're
You still take 20.
20. Yeah, you're at 5.
Oh, it's only 20 hit
I'm at
points.
1.
I mean,
No, you took 25, but you originally took 25 and then you cut 5 of it away with absorb elements.
Yeah, but I was on 21 out of
Right.
25.
so now you're at 1.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay,
On
that's
the
all you need.
upside, your next hit's gonna hit
Yeah.
harder.
26 extra damage.
If anything's gonna take a cold damage, it's definitely a creature that lives in a cold environment.
Yeah, Yeti is totally vulnerable to cold. Am I right?
I throw my axe at Nehessa.
Can
All
chat use points to make them not vulnerable? To make them vulnerable to cold? There you go. Add 2,000 points. Add
okay,
vulnerability to cold.
I say they can do that, but we have to tell them to not spend the points until like the final boss or whatever.
And then they have vulnerability to everything.
Yeah.
Oh wow. This other Yeti is gonna swing. 1 to 2 is Robobear. 3 to 4 is Kaylee. 5 to 6 is Runa.
Hit me.
Bet you wish you had a bard with
Hit me. Hit me, bitch.
This one is going against Runa. So here come 2 attacks.
Yay! Hit me.
First one is what's your AC? 13. That's a hit
13. Okay.
for 9, 7 slashing, 2 cold. And second attack is a hit
Okay.
for 6 slashing and 6 cold.
Okay. So 12 more.
Mhm.
Cool.
And that's the Yetis. Kaylee.
Kaylee looks back briefly at Nehesta. She has a very sad look in her eye, like, really? What did I do to deserve that?
that, like really.
And however, this thing is a bit more pressing, so she will attack the Yeti quarterstaff.
16 hits. 7 damage. Nice.
And I'm going to flurry it.
Okay. 18 hits. 19 hits. God, I love monks. Do you want to describe your kill?
She actually just knocks it out. She basically, so she hits it with the quarterstaff. It sort of stumbles down onto one knee, and then she punches it in the gut, so it leans over, and then she gets up on top of its shoulders and just clocks it one right on the head to knock it out.
Nice. All right. It collapses into the snow
You
out
ride
of the
its body
fight.
down onto the ground.
Any movement from you at all?
No, I think I'm taking stock of my situation right now.
Okay. All right, Barry, you're up.
I don't want to get into melee again because Nehessa is going to fire another
Taking
crossbow.
stock of your inventory would include 1 extra crossbow bolt.
I'm limiting myself to this joke only once for the whole campaign, but which bear? Get it? Okay.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, that's what we get.
Oh. So I'm.
Why couldn't we get the
moving up
funny
here.
FFG designer?
Wait, which one's that?
Any but you.
Which? How do you know any of the other ones are funny? No offense.
I've met a couple of them.
All right, so you move up.
Yeah, move up, and I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Leif.
Nice.
Not much, but gives you a little.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
If you want him back, then like
Yeah.
Hey, I
That's
can't
very
help it if I roll 1 on it. And then Robo Bear is going to attack the Yeti.
All right. Oof.
Nope.
No dice. Runa.
Okay. I'm so like this Yeti is lying unconscious on the ground. I see that the other Yeti is still up. Runa lets out a frightening roar.
Nice. DC 13 whiz save.
Yes.
Whiz.
He's scared.
It failed. So it is frightened.
Yeah, and then I
Super screwed.
run forward, trampling over the body of its friend Yeti, and I leap to attack.
17 hits.
Takes 7 damage, and I will. He's already scared. There's no reason for me to do a menacing attack. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Life.
I'm going to try and melee attack this bear with the Searing Strike and then the Absorb element damage.
Nice. 16 hits.
And then it's a d6 for the fire damage. And then a
Yep.
d6 for the cold. Oh, this is terrible. But at the start of its turn, it has to make a con save, or it's actually on fire now. At the start of its turn, it takes until the spell ends. It must make a con save. On a failed save, it takes another d6 fire damage.
Okay. All right. So you strike at it, and you don't feel great about the damage you did, but you can tell that this thing is now like it was scared of Runa, and now it looks like it has death in its eyes when it sees the fire. It is not happy about its current situation. Alvan is going to go, and he's going to take the opportunity to continue to swing recklessly, which is a hit for another 15 damage. This thing's still up, though. Nehessa, your turn.
I would like to slit this one's throat.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
No test needed.
If Nehessa didn't do it, Runa might have.
I just lean
I
down.
might have too, but
Like I'm dipping
wow.
my hand into water, but like just.
Its neck is like bigger than your waist, yeah, and you're going to slit its throat.
Like
Excuse
sawing
me?
You can still open it.
So shall we treat that as like an offhand attack? I don't know how to do that mechanically. Like, was that an action
I
to
think
do
it's
it?
just like it's an attack that's.
Coup de grace is like a standard action, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to treat it as an action, yeah.
Okay. That like an attack, a testless attack action. I'm just
Yes.
processing mechanically. Okay. Well then offhand.
Okay.
So I get up to this guy. Try and stab him.
Hey, there you go. Second crit. Third if you count the Yeti. Oof.
This was offhand, so it's just the 6.
Okay. Do you want to describe your second kill this turn?
I twirled a dagger and then just stick it up like through its jaw into its palate.
Sure.
Just
It slumps down into the snow with a gurgle. Its fur still on fire, but you're sure that the storm will take quick work of that. Alvan looks at all of you and he says, breathing heavily from his wound still, he says, "Many thanks." He's like, "This storm is going to get bad." He's like, "I have a cottage not far from here. You're welcome to stay with me if you don't want to brave the weather."
What are you doing?
He starts saying that. Runa suddenly advances, like growling, like she's going to attack him too, until assumedly the rest of the party is like, no.
I'm
Nah.
not doing that. Bear hasn't put away his gun yet.
They're all like, "No."
I mean, I'm just assuming that at the very least someone would, possibly Rixana.
Well, that's what happens when you
Yeah,
assume,
I would
MJ.
definitely get,
Yeah,
I definitely
yeah, I
get
mean-
in the way.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then like glances over at Rixana, glances back at the man, and like shape shifts back.
Okay. All right. And he's like, "Oh, well, thanks." He's like, "Oh,"
Thanks.
he's like, "It's not rare for me to see a Yeti this close to my cottage." He's like, I was defending my homestead. He's like, "But it is rare for me to see this many." He's like, "I'm sorry, I can't stay much longer out in the cold like this." He goes, "If you want, you're willing to, or you're able to stay the night, and I'll help you get back on your journey come morning." He's like, "But I'm not going to stay out here any more longer."
Sleeping inside is definitely preferable for me.
I wouldn't mind a breather, yeah. She says with blood dripping into her eyes.
All right. I'm going to move us back to the main screen.
I think Runa would probably go cast Cure Wounds on Rixana.
Oh, I was about to.
Okay.
No, I got it first. I said it first.
Yay.
Yay.
They're both rushing to cure Rixana, and Leif's over there.
No,
It's
if,
like,
if she's gonna do
no, I'm
Rixana, then I will.
I'm
do
trying to
Rixana.
hold my intestines in.
Yeah.
You got
I was at
healing
least
magic.
able to
You didn't
stuff those
seem
back
that
in.
enthusiastic about it.
Hey Nick,
So there you go.
Yes.
7.
would you consider snow to be water for the purposes of the spell create or destroy water? Could I destroy snow?
What?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. It says you
What
can
does it say
destroy
about your
fog.
ice?
It says you can destroy
Oh,
fog.
it does say you can destroy fog. Okay.
I mean, it's like a.
Why do you want to do that?
But it doesn't say anything about ice.
What? Why wouldn't I want to do that? It destroys like a huge amount of snow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
10
allow it for
gallons of
snow. I'll allow it for snow, but I won't, just for future, I won't allow it for ice.
Okay. That sounds about
Okay.
What?
right. What?
Because one's closer to water than the other? Trying to future-proof this, just in case. I don't know.
No, it's fair. I mean, I'm probably not gonna actually do it right now. I just want to know.
What?
I
mean-
want to know.
10-gallon. This is a.
10 gallons of snow.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
Twitch
snow.
chat is turning on
Yeah.
you, Nick.
It's
I mean, it's
Scott,
only
and he's
Scott, so it
always
doesn't
turning
count,
on
but-
me.
Yeah, Twitch chat. You mean Scott?
Scott says, if fog is water, so is snow, and so is ice. What the fuck? And then he says, snow and ice are the same state of water. All right. We will reconnect on that
Sure, yeah.
subject.
You gotta
at a later
quickly
date.
read the entire adventure to see if someone gets trapped in ice later or something.
I can almost guarantee it's going to happen. All right, so I'm going to move us back to this map here. So Alvin takes you to a cottage that it's kind of back in the direction that you were coming from, but it's not that far. It's only like maybe 50, 60 feet away. It's just with the blizzard raging as strong as it was, you weren't able to see it. So he takes you back and he lets you all in. It's a small one-room cottage, but even just being inside its walls does wonders to get you guys to recuperate and rest up and all that. And then as soon as you guys are in, he starts a fire and then immediately starts tending to his own wounds. And as he does so, he's like, thank you again. He's like, had you not shown up, I fear that would have been my end out on the snow. He's like, tell me, travelers, what brings you out here on the 10 trail during a storm like this?
We're delivering mail.
So I've been all over this place. This guy's got a farmstead here. Have I heard of him before?
I would say, how long have you been out of Icewind?
Probably a couple of years at least.
Okay, this is relatively new, so you haven't heard of him. So no, he moved out here in the intervening years, so no.
Okay.
But yeah, so Nehessa says that you're delivering mail, and he's like, wow, you're dedicated.
Yeah, we take the mail very seriously.
He's like, and
It's an election year.
He's like, and I'm assuming then you're heading either to Hundlestone or Fireshear.
Came from Fireshear. Hundlestone, then I guess Bryn Shanter, right?
Yeah, he's like, yep, that would make sense. He says, I have family in Hundlestone, and you're not far off. You're only a few hours walk. Well, a few more hours in this storm, but in clear skies, you're only a few hours march from Hundlestone. He's like, I would happily accompany you if and when you leave for it, assuming that everyone's rested up and that I'm feeling good enough to make the trek. He's like, I don't doubt that you have those among you who know the way. He's like, but I've been meaning to get back to Hundlestone to visit family anyway, and it would be nice for me to get out and away from the Yeti carcasses for a while. It's like, I'm sorry, my
Why
name
did they
is,
attack you?
He's like, the Yetis, they come down from the mountain. It's not a rare thing to see one or two. He's like, four.
Then why would you settle
is-
here?
He's like, I wanted to strike out on my own. The same reason why anybody settles
And
away
Yeti's
from a town.
backyard.
It's like, there's always going to be creatures. He's like, that's part of the. I mean, you guys
You'd have been
are
dead
out
if we hadn't come
traveling.
along.
You're right, and for that I'm grateful. I'm sorry. We seem to have gotten off on the wrong foot.
Leif is just criticizing everyone that we meet.
He's like, we seem.
Everyone gets off on the wrong foot.
He's like, my name is Alvin Shorthelm.
Wait, what?
I moved out here. I'm
What
sorry.
did he say his name was?
Alvin Shorthelm.
Isn't that who we're delivering to?
That you're delivering to a dwarf smith named Shorthelm, yeah.
Oh snap!
Wait, he's a
This guy's not
dwarf.
a dwarf. He's a human. This guy's a human.
Wait. I'm so confused.
So,
Is that a common name in this area, Shorthelm? It sounds dwarven.
It is. My adopted parents are dwarves. Have you heard of them before?
wow, it just so
Yeah, their
happens
reputation
that-
precedes them into Fireshear. Apparently they're friends with Griggle.
Yeah,
Lord knows
we're
why.
supposed to deliver something to a short helm up
Oh,
there.
Why
but-
is everyone just volunteering information?
We're delivering mail. Why is it like?
You want?
as far as
You
I
cannot
know,
tell me you've never had a USPS guy can I see some ID? Can I confirm?
The irony that Nick, who works at FedEx, is doing a campaign about delivering mail is not lost on me.
No.
I mean, it wasn't my chosen campaign subject matter, but yes, it does fit, doesn't it? He says, yeah. He says, my adopted parents are dwarves. He says, I've never known my real parents, and they took me in as their own in Hundlestone. He's like, they've lived there their whole lives, and I wanted some measure of independence, and my father supported that decision. So I struck out here about a little over a year ago and built my own cottage and been doing it on my own ever since. He's like, occasionally I'll go back into town and train under my father, and he wants me to learn the ways of the forge, and that's not really for me, but it's important to him, so I take the time to do it every so often.
I'll start stripping off the winter clothes because I'm assuming they're damp from the blizzard and make sure they're all getting dried out.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, he would actually probably even suggest that too. He would mention that to you guys that
But I suggested it first, so suck it.
he would probably see Leif doing it, and then he'd make sure that everyone else is aware as well.
Well, it sounds like you got the better end of the deal. Birth parents aren't all they're cracked up to be. And then I think Rixana will realize what she just said in front of Runa and kind of look away.
Runa was 100% not paying it. Got off.
Perfect.
Runa and Bear are in the middle of a conversation in the roll for me chat while this is happening.
Alvin, once he's settled and bandaged, he puts a kettle on and starts making stew. And he's like, it'll eat through some of my stores, but if I'm heading to Hundlestone, I can always resupply. He's like, I'll be happy to make some for all of you.
Thank you.
And he goes, so, mail. He's like, this is an interesting profession. It's not one that I see too much, at least not since Icewind Dale has been running into the troubles it has lately, what with the long winter and everything, the early winter.
part of the reason you don't see it very often. Not many people willing to do it, but it
Mhm.
has to be done.
He's like, well, you all have my respect, that's for sure. Not only for delivering mail in such hard times, but also for being willing to step off the beaten path and assist someone who lives out in the wilderness like myself. He's like, so you're heading into Icewind Dale, and you said you're heading up Bryn Shander.
Yeah, did we say that? Stares at
Yeah.
Rixana.
We did.
He's like, well, no doubt you've heard of the troubles that have been facing 10 towns lately, yes?
Well, this isn't exactly my neck of the woods. I don't know if some of these.
I just want to make sure that you know of them.
He's like, well,
Roll his
winter-
save
he's
versus bullshit.
Yeah.
like, he's like, weather has taken a turn for the winter season much earlier than normal. He's like, I believe that we started to see the first blizzards as early as 2 months ago. He's like, which has never been heard of before. And not only that, but the nights have been growing longer than expected. Much earlier. He's like, I have a feeling that this season is going to get worse before it gets better. He's like, I just hope that if winter's coming early, that means that it'll end. He's like, but I have a feeling it's going to be the other way.
Runa,
And then he, go ahead.
Runa just chimes in like, I don't understand.
He's like, well, seasons. He's like, they normally come at certain times of year, and this one seems to be early. And then he looks at everyone else for some sort of like clarification, like
And so does
ensuring that he
Runa.
interpreted the question, you know.
And so does Runa. Runa's like, is this? Yeah, but everyone else is
They're-
agreeing with this.
Everyone's Discord is going a bit robot-y. Yeah, it looks like my ping to Discord jumped to 5,000.
Stokes dropped off.
He's
Nice. Yeah, he's just rebooting.
he switched us
Ta-da!
to the be right back, and he's
Apparently my
yeah,
Discord
I'm
ping jumped to
fine now.
5,000.
You need to create a technical difficulty
Yeah.
slide.
No
right.
kidding.
I totally will now
Yeah.
after that. And it looks like we're moving now.
Yeah, it looks like we're back
Yeah.
now.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Stokes, can you draw a picture of Runa looking at a computer like, what is this? And then, like, that's our technical difficulty. Oh, that's great.
Just a bunch of bears smashing computers.
Three bears.
3 bears. One maybe.
Wait, hold on. There's three. Which one of us is Goldilocks?
Kaylee, obviously.
Yeah.
the blonde.
Leif, I thought.
How
Um,
dare you?
All right. So,
Right, so I can't remember where everything started to go frozen.
Alvin was talking about the
Alvin was describing what seasons are.
Oh, that's
seasons
right,
are,
yeah.
Mhm.
And then Runa walked away in shame.
And then he'll be after a short little bit, he'll hand the stew out to everybody so that everyone can partake. And then shortly after, like, he doesn't talk much while eating unless you guys ask him questions. If you have anything further that you want to converse with him, go ahead. Otherwise, he's going to eat and then get furs set up for you guys to sleep on.
I'm going to
call
use
it
my
night.
last spell slot to cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, we're taking a long rest. I think whatever.
Well,
You never
Better
know when
safe than sorry.
Yetis will attack.
Yeah, midnight Yeti attack.
that's why.
We're
That's
also,
why I
you
slap
know,
bandages
in the
on
house
people,
of a
so.
stranger.
Midnight Yeti Attack is a pretty great album name.
Yeah.
Where's Sean to joke about high school bands?
I know, yeah.
I
Midnight
want the
Yeti
art for
Attack
that
was
thing.
the name of my high school. I don't even know what that would be.
It's like a
emo
Norwegian folk band.
metal.
I was
Yeah,
just going to
I
say
was gonna
Norwegian
say
folk
Norwegian
metal. Yeah.
I was going to say Norwegian death metal.
yeah.
All
So,
right. So yeah, go
Ian,
ahead
did you
and
see that,
everyone can resolve a
I got
long
another
rest.
healing for you.
Okay.
Oh,
long
go ahead.
Oh,
rest.
okay. Long rest. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and resolve a long rest as you guys sleep tonight. And if you have any spells or anything you want to switch, you may
So
do
what's that?
so
Just
now.
gain D10.
You go to max.
You
No,
go to
You
max.
go to
Alright,
max
and you
HP
get
and
half
you
of your hit
regain
dice.
half of your hit dice. Yep. So, but I don't think you guys have spent any since.
Nope.
No.
No.
Alvin is up early, probably before any of you, but I don't want to speak for you guys. I don't know who would wake up out of this group,
Oh.
but
Bear is up super early.
sure. Okay.
I'm not waking up early.
Apparently,
So
very
he's still
early
like
is the
thinking.
tiefling murder hour.
Hey,
So-
they're sleeping. I'm awake.
That's true. That's the perfect time. So Bear, you wake up and you see that Alvin is he's just starting to get dressed for the day, and he just kind of nods to Bear. And he's like, I'm gonna go outside and just check the perimeter before we make to leave. Then he opens the door and steps out, and sure enough, when he opens the door, you can see that it has stopped snowing. It's still overcast, and the wind is still strong. You can hear that through the cottage, but it has stopped snowing, and you can see that it probably snowed a good couple feet since you guys came in. So he goes out, and then he says, "You may want to rouse your companions. I don't know how long the snow will be on hold before it starts again." And then he closes the door behind him.
On hold.
You know, like a call to an Icewind Dale call center.
I will go around and wake everybody up as gently as possible. Mostly just prepared for them to kind of jump at me because haven't been traveling together long, and I don't know that they, are prepared for people waking them up.
Yeah, Kaylee's probably awake if people are moving around. So
Sure.
When you go to shake Runa awake, like you shake, you like touch her arm or her shoulder and shake her or something. She just immediately turns into an owl and starts flying around the room like shooting like freaking crazy.
What the?
Uh,
And then like
Runa,
a minute
okay.
passes. Yeah.
Runa,
And then like
calm the fuck down.
perches on a windowsill and just like looks like nothing happened, like nothing was wrong.
yeah, I sort of picture Kaylee by that window, and she's just not reacting to any of this until Runa lands, and then she just offers her some like dried meat
Yeah, just,
over the shoulder.
she'll eat it.
Nice. All right. So once everybody's up and ready, the journey to Hundlestone will take a couple hours, but the weather is good the whole way, and it's easy to find your way. Alvin travels with
I'm
you.
remaining in owl form until I say otherwise.
Nice. Okay. I was gonna do probably our last close quarter. It's our last. But if you're in owl form,
Well, I can.
we can still
if we
do it, can't we?
Yeah, we can still do the close quarters with me in owl form.
All right.
Yes, I'm sure that will be a hoot.
Boo.
And you're
Boo,
1
yeah,
temp HP.
someone-
Yo,
had it.
good. Oh well, I'll lose this. I mean, I can shift back. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, so let's do some close quarters. Let's have everybody roll your close quarters macros. Those should still exist. Perfect.
Mhm.
I don't see. Oh, it's you got to click on there.
Wow,
See that roll?
Kaylee.
Wow. Whew.
Keely's in a bad mood.
Good thing that's.
Uh,
I wonder why, Nehessa.
So we'll start with sixes. We have 3 matches on sixes, so we'll go to well, let's use those sixes still out. So we got a 6, a 5, a 6, a 3, and a 6 and a 4. So we'll do Runa and Rixana again. That'll be fun. And then we'll go to fives. We have 2 5s, then Leif and Nehessa, which mean Leif and Bear, which mean that Nehessa and Kaylee. So those are our scenes. And whoever has an idea, according to the rolls, Nehessa and Kaylee are a negative, quote unquote, and the other 2 are positive
I
interactions.
wonder what that'll be about.
No.
I demand this
It's
one
gonna be like
happens
that
first.
episode- It's gonna be like that episode
Swear
of
to God,
Family
better
Guy
keep
where
playing.
Peter shoots Quagmire, and the rest of the episode is them trying to convince Quagmire that he doesn't have to shoot Peter back for revenge or something.
So where does this close quarters take place?
It'll be on the road as you're traveling.
On the road.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Because I was
So
gonna say,
wide
like,
open close
maybe-
quarters.
Yeah,
You could
maybe
do. I would.
Nehessa-
Yeah, if you wanted to do one before, you could do that too.
Yeah, I was thinking that Nehessa would wake up and like sort of gift wrapped on her chest is the bolt that.
Wow.
In like a folded fuda.
I thought you were like a monk. I thought you were all Zen.
Oh, yeah, but it wasn't appreciated, especially.
It wasn't appreciated.
We can get into that in the close quarters, I guess. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, if this is back at the cabin, yeah, Kaylee is sitting there feeding Runa, and Nehessa wakes up to this bolt with a nice little bow on it.
I'll kind of roll my eyes at this. All right. Well, thank you for returning my property. Where I come from, people might consider this a threat. But I'm glad that, at least in this room, there's no one foolish enough to do that sort of thing.
Oh!
Well, no, Kaylee isn't actually threatening, but she is a little peeved.
I know, I'm interpreting it as a threat. Nehessa is interpreting it as a threat.
She
Because
is.
Nehessa's like raised by Zentarim,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
seriously.
So,
Well,
you know.
Will Kaylee pick up on that?
I mean,
If
none of
this
us
is a-
know that.
If this is a negative reaction,
What's your passive aggression?
passive?
So look, okay, I'm neutral on like passive insight or whatever. So I don't think I'm gonna pick up on whatever the
Right.
intended effect is unless you clarify.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
It can it can start off as a negative reaction or a negative like RP scene and then evolve into a more positive one. So it's okay if you.
Oh, I see. I think things are looking up. So yeah, I'll just say the last thing that I've said so far in this time is no one's foolish enough here, I think, to try something like that.
this.
Raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, Kaylee will say, it wasn't a threat, just a bit of annoyance, I guess. Especially when you took the time to murder the Yeti when our allies were still in trouble. And she looks very confused at that.
Do you remember the previous 30 seconds where it mauled that one, pointing to Rixana, into almost several pieces, and then that one, pointing to Leif, into basically a, something that fit in like a shoebox or something?
Yeah, so if this one was incapacitated, why did he feel the need to take the time to kill it?
Is there something else I should have been doing?
I just would have thought that you would have helped out our companions before taking the time to
I
do
did.
that.
After I killed the one Yeti, do you remember when I went and killed the other Yeti?
Yeah, you got a very lucky blow, which I'm thankful for. But I was thinking your first inclination would have been to help out your companions.
Did. I removed 2 threats from the board.
The board.
Well, one threat.
The proverbial board.
Leaf's like awkward and walks outside.
All right.
Actually, I think that's a good point with
Food.
That's a good button.
triple one. Yeah. So we can leave
Alright.
it there.
Sure.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I have an idea, but if Ian has an idea, that might work better. 'cause
Not
my
even a
idea
better
is
one, Ian. If
story.
you just have an idea.
Right.
Just any idea.
Yeah.
No, we can run with your idea. We'll see.
Well, I mean, we could start with my idea, and then we can
Yeah.
roll into
Yeah.
because I was just thinking that it would start off with like Runa's still in owl form, and about like an hour into the journey, Runa just starts like dive bombing Rixana, and then like how do I explain it? Like whooshing by so that Rixana's hairs go right, and then just does that like 4 or 5 times in a row. And probably like keeps doing it until Rixana's like stop, or plays along, like one or the other.
I think Rixana would probably play along the first few times, like trying to dodge out of the way, and then it's
Right.
like that thing where it goes too far and the
Yeah,
sibling
it just
starts
goes
getting
on too
annoyed.
Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah. So what does she do?
So I think like one of the last times that Runa's trying to do that dive bomb, then Rixana's gonna try to actually grab her as she dive bombs.
Okay. I think I would say that it works. Like if Nick is okay with that, I'll just say that is successful.
Yeah.
And then but when she shifts back, she's not like annoyed or anything. She's like, you did it, you got me.
Oh, I didn't know that was the rules of that game. Otherwise, I would have done that earlier.
Did you forget?
Did we used to play that? I don't remember you ever being an owl before.
Oh, right. And she looks suddenly very upset from out of nowhere and says, I forgot that wasn't you. My apologies.
Okay, it's nothing to be sorry for. I did want to tell you something. Well, when that big furry yeti hit me and my ears were ringing, I had a sudden moment of clarity, which doesn't happen often. Usually I can handle myself pretty well. There's usually not many challenges that really give me those moments. But that was a fight that most of the time I feel like I have a handle on what I'm doing. And then that was a moment where I realized sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing. And I guess what I'm trying to say is you've been following me around since I found you, which is a good thing, but I don't want you to do that just because you feel like you have to. Like, is this what you want to be doing right now? Going through the snow, fighting yetis, delivering mail?
She just kind of like, she's not really sure what to say to that. And she says, I hadn't considered anything else. Besides, I don't think I would be okay without you.
I get it. I just
And like
Just-
she also has like a moment of clarity as she says that. Like she's very clearly like referencing her oddities.
yeah. I get it. Just think about it, and it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do too. So when you do figure it out, just you can tell me, and we don't always have to go chasing after sharks and yetis.
Just stick
most
to the
of
rivers and
time.
the lakes that you're used to.
Don't go chasing yetis.
Tissa always
Nice.
used to say that things are most clear when you're about to die or about to kill.
I
She just
agree
shrugs.
with that. I agree. Someday you'll have to tell me more about Tissa. Is Tissa similar? Because I feel like that's something I would say. Is Tissa different than me?
Yes and no. And I
Okay.
think we'll call it there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
don't.
Just when everyone's at their most confused.
Yeah.
Leif and Bear, close us up.
So I think Leif's going to ask about the bear.
Which bear? No, I said I was only gonna do that once.
Yeah, you promised. Now you have to leave.
My bad. Okay. And then I leave chat, and then you have to redo the entire stream.
Well, I'm just going to go to bed, let's face it. No. Alright, okay.
It'll work. Don't worry.
Where did this come from? Did you make this?
I made it for my other.
No, I'm not
campaign.
talking about that. I'm doing a scene now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Step back, Nick.
Jesus.
Talking about you. Jeez, talking about the
You're only the
bear.
DM. Stay out of this.
Sorry.
Bear looks at Leif. Yes, it was relatively simple once you learn how to fuse magic and machine. That was the hard part.
Oh, that bit was the hard
Oh, is
part.
that all?
I spent a.
But why? There are actual bears. What does this construct accomplish that a bear can't?
I can put it in harm's way without worrying about a living creature being hurt.
So it's just a piece of gear to you.
Yes. It's a tool.
Something's a tool. But you
would much
made
rather-
this.
Yes. I'd much rather that my armor or my machines get hurt, get destroyed, rather than people lose loved ones.
Right. I'm not sure I entirely understand why you're carting this thing around the wilderness, but I guess
If nothing else, I don't have to cart it around. It carts my stuff around.
I'm not sure I like your slave bear.
It doesn't have any consciousness. It can't think.
I don't think that.
It is
I don't
it
think
is
that's better.
literally a magical extension of my will.
Right. Okay.
It is part of me.
I mean, it's quite
essentially.
impressive in a battle, but I think it's a little conspicuous.
That is true. You don't see many robotic bears around. I will give you that.
Yeah, let's hope we don't have to go up against one then.
Hopefully not. There are people much more adept at my skills than I am yet. And they may have made enhancements that I haven't learned. So
Oh, joy.
Are you doing all right after the Yeti attack?
I mean, wounds heal.
Well,
I'll be
yes.
fine until I'm not.
That is all that you can ask for sometimes.
And then I think I get distracted by the dive bomb infest.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think at the moment that you start talking about how conspicuous the robot bear is, that's the exact moment that Runa starts dive bombing Roxana.
I like that.
Yeah.
Leif's
Okay.
positive scenes are always
I know.
always interesting.
Leif, so
I was
critical.
trying to take that in a positive
Jeez.
direction. Curmudgeonly bastard.
The directions are just suggestions. They're
Yeah, they're just guidelines. Who colors inside the lines?
not exactly. All right.
Says the artist.
Isn't that your job?
Shut up.
Okay, so you guys make it to Hundlestone, and Alvin leads you guys into the town. Hundlestone is, and Leif, you would know this, but it's a town that's known for its blacksmiths, and a shocking number of the abodes that you are traveling past are active forges that people are working at currently. It's definitely like most cities, like most towns have like one or two. Most cities have a handful of blacksmiths. There's definitely like one for every 15 houses in Hundlestone.
I can see why Griggle doesn't live here.
Bear
Too much
wipes
competition.
the drool off his chin as we're,
So Alvin leads you right towards the center of town, where his parents live. And sure enough, you can hear the clanging of hammer. And you see Falstaff Shorthelm hard at work in the forge. And when he sees Alvin approach, he has this kind of warm look on his face. Doesn't really say anything, just kind of nods. And then he sees all of you behind Alvin, and his face turns. Well, okay, he doesn't. It's not that he sees all of you. He picks out one of you, and his face looks a little sour, a little suspicious. And you guys can tell, especially those of you up front, can tell that he picked out Leif, and he doesn't look excited to see Leif. But he nods at his son, and when you guys approach, he's like, He goes, Alvin, what has caused you to throw yourself in with this lot? And then when he says that, he looks directly at Leif. And Alvin's like, Father, he's like, these people, they helped me. He's like, I wouldn't be here anymore if not for them. They helped defend a Yeti attack last night. And so the least I could do was deliver them to you, which you are the reason they're here. And then he kind of looks at the rest of you as if like, here you go. And you can tell that Falstaff kind of softens a little bit when he hears that you saved his son. Not a little bit, he softens. But there's still there's still a hint of suspicion in his eyes and in his tone.
Do I know why?
Runa steps forward and says, "We are not a lot. We're only a few. There's only a few of us."
And he's like, of course. That being said, what is it I can assist you with, travelers?
we are here to make a delivery for you, actually. Bear goes over and grabs the bag with the adamantine in it. We are actually here to make a delivery on behalf of Griggle.
And as soon as Bear says Griggle, Falstaff's eyes light up, and he's like, Griggle! Oh! He's like, great! And he takes the bag, and he looks at it, he's like, whoa! Adamantine, 5 bars! He's like, this is right, thank you so much. Oh, you need payment, of course. And he grabs his bag, and his mood is totally different now. Like, he seems nothing like how he just was. And he's counting out the gold. He's like, I think 45 gold should do the trick, yes? And he hands that to Bear. Doesn't even wait for a response. He immediately takes the adamantine and starts like preparing to work on it. Like he takes whatever he's working on currently and like throws it in he cools it off and then he throws it off to the side and he immediately starts to prep
garbage.
the adamantine.
I'm done with this piece of shit.
And he's like, thank you so much. And he starts working on it. And he goes, you saved my boy. You brought the adamantine. 5 bars of adamantine from Griggle. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need. You can stay in my house. You're welcome if you're staying in Hundlestone before you leave. He's like, you're welcome here. He's like, if you have anything that needs working, he's like, I would happily work it in the forge.
I don't think that we have the time to have some work done, sadly. But if you have any good tips on working with adamantine, I have little experience myself, and may have some that will be worked into armor later.
And he's like, oh, you have adamantine with you right now. He's like,
Yes.
well, he's like, adamantine is super easy, especially if it comes from Griggle. It's the easiest adamantine to form, easier than anything else I've ever dealt with. He's like, so if you want, he's like, if you have, how many bars do you have that you're looking to work?
2.
2. Oh, 2. That's we can work 2 bars of adamantine today. He's like, if you guys are staying in Hundlestone for the day, he's like, I can, between you, me, and Alvin, the 3 of us could turn those 2 bars into something useful before you leave town.
Looks at everybody else, kind of a pleading look on his face.
Leif pulls his hood up and starts looking around for the tavern.
Is there a wild animal anywhere?
A wild animal? Probably not. There's
Yeah,
probably
just
like
a
dogs and stuff.
Squirrel or anything, yeah.
Sure,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah, you'd probably see
Okay.
like a squirrel.
Runa just turns into a wolf and chases it. Immediately.
Where does
Like, and it's
so-
not playful. It's vicious. it's yeah. Hunt
yeah.
mode initiated.
where does Griggle get his adamantine?
He's like, well, I guess I don't know. He's like, I've never thought to ask. He every so often he sends me a few bars. He's like, this is the file. He must have had a very productive time down in Fireshear recently.
Destructive.
Certainly an
His forge
eventful-
was running a little hot.
Ba-dum-bum. For those of you who missed episode 2, it was on fire.
Would you like to know more?
Yeah.
This
Click that
YouTube
bell,
link.
subscribe.
Watch-
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaylee seems
I was
fine.
hoping
If,
for a business connection, but if he doesn't actually know, then I'll join Leif in the bar.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it takes you guys the better part of the day to work the adamantine, but you're able to learn some things from Falstaff, and with Alvin's help, I sent you the list earlier. Josh, what do you want to make with your 2 bars?
So, who needs some new armor?
We can't normally make light armor with it. But
No.
All right.
Yeah,
no
this is
more-
a very light armor
It-
group, isn't it?
What is this armor that you speak of? What is metal? I'm a druid.
What is metal?
Get this metal out of here.
I mean, I'm wearing scale, but
medium.
So am I, but I'm fine with scale.
So he can make,
Oh.
as far as armor goes, he
Mhm.
can make a shield or he can make a suit of medium armor.
And just so everybody's is aware, adamantine basically makes you immune to crits.
Yes.
That's all it does. It's still, you still have disadvantage on stealth because it's still heavy and everything. But
Rixana already
Yeah,
has that, but it's
super
when she's
strong.
attacking.
Oh, poor Ian.
Which is just crit for the entirety of your health bar, I believe.
Shh.
Right, your mouth's not watering.
I mean, I'll take it. If it's medium
Okay.
armor, basically it's just me and you that wears it, right?
yeah, I took the luck stone, so I feel guilty. I would feel guilty taking this. So
This can also be
Right,
like,
so
role playing wise, this is like Bear proving to Leif his like crafting, artificing skills.
Oh, yeah.
maybe.
I don't think I doubt it, because he's got a walking bear.
It's not a robot, like,
I mean-
suit of armor.
Yeah, I think the suit of armor is the least impressive.
You already made a you already made a robot bear.
Yeah, where's
I don't know.
where's my where's my alien's
Right,
loader?
less proving himself and more like
Yeah.
peace offering.
endearing himself
Yeah.
to him, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Can you make weapons? Or
But
is
I'm
it
trying to
just-
keep the lowest. Life is going out of his way to keep the lowest of profiles in the tavern going.
Adamantine weapons are really cool bling, but they don't have any mechanical benefit.
Actually, they do. According to Xanathar's, adamantine weapons treat any time you strike an object as a critical hit.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's I was unaware of that.
So
Yeah, I looked it up real quick because I was like, "What do those do?" And yeah, Xanathar says that
I mean,
adamantine.
like, if you could make like arrowheads or crossbow bolts or something, but whatever. You know, just I've already left the conversation, so it's late. So I don't know who you're negotiating with.
Just hearing Nehessa's voice in the back of his head.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a new set of. So you want scale, or is there a different medium armor you want?
I think that's the best AC I can get. And being as I was just
I thought there
mauled
was-
to death, near death, I wouldn't want to drop my AC.
It was a crit, so I was gonna.
breastplate. Breastplate is one higher.
Oh,
Yeah, breastplate
Eh.
skips the stealth disadvantage too. If you.
mhm.
oh yeah, then let's have that then.
Mhm.
Fancy.
No, breastplate is the same, but it skips the disadvantage. Half plate, which we could still do, that is +1.
Yeah, but that does give you stealth disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the breastplate then, I guess.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Arms exposed.
yeah, while they're doing the forging, I think Kaylee will just quietly talk to whoever's there at the smith, if it's Falstaff or Alvin.
Falstaff and Alvin are both there, so yeah, you can talk to either.
Yeah, just to get more of a feel of the goings on in Icewind.
Okay, sure. So what do you ask?
I think she asks about how the 10 towns are doing.
Mhm.
Especially if they've heard anything interesting from east of the 10 towns.
Hmm. Okay. So you ask how 10 towns are doing, and Falstaff kind of like shrugs and huffs a little bit. He's like, doing how they always do. He's like, not much changes around here. He's like, folks seem to be extra resistant to change the further north you get. He's like, if you've been to 10 towns before, then I'm sure it's the exact same as when you left it. And Alvin is like, just reading those Roll20 chat messages real quick. Alvin is like, well, he's like, that's not untrue. He's like, but with the season taking such a harsh and sudden turn as it has, he's like, folk have taken to some strange customs. Each one of 10 towns, it seems like they all kind of got together and decided that they knew the cause of this turn, or presumed the cause of this turn, and he kind of looks around a little bit and he glances at his dad, and then he looks at Kaylee. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I don't mean to speak of such things. He's like, but you're obviously a knowledgeable adventurer. You are no stranger to harrowing sights. He's like, but some of the people of 10 towns, some of the 10 towners have taken up dark acts in an effort to subdue the weather, to appease who they think is responsible for this winter. He's like, and I would recommend that you don't spend much time in 10 towns, although unfortunately I think that you might be it sounds like your deliveries are going to take you there anyway. So.
Yeah, Kaylee might be grinding her teeth a little. She's also staying very, very far away from the forge. Just
Okay.
making sure. Might be a little too warm for her.
Sure. And then at the mention of Bryn Shander, Falstaff is going to pop up, or like his ears are going to perk up for a minute. And he's like, yep. He's like, there's been trouble around Bryn Shander. He's like, I heard that some out-of-towner came in looking to capture some elemental spirits or something, wanted to do research to figure out what's going on with the weather. He's like, crazy out-of-towners. And he looks at Kaylee. He's like, oh, no offense, miss.
None taken.
And like, Rune is in the background chasing a bunny in a wolf form.
imagining the Benny Hill song going on.
He's like, yeah, if you're looking to go to Bryn Shander, he's like, my son's advice is right. He's like, don't spend too much time there. He's like, folk have been resistant to out of towners, and they've, like he said, they've taken to some strange customs.
Yeah, Kaylee doesn't like what she's hearing, but she thanks them graciously for the information.
All right. Okay. The tavern in Hundlestone is it is the falling snow. There's a single barkeep there, and when you guys are there, there's like one like person, other patron there, who when you guys show up, he like moves to the other side of the bar. Doesn't want to associate with out of town. Barkeep serves you. They just have they have mead that they get from Good Mead in 10 towns. And they have that, and then they have some watered down ale. So
From Watery Ale in 10 towns.
from water ale. Yeah, and the guy's like, we got mead. That's the best we got.
We'll take it.
Fine.
Fine.
And yeah, Nehessa, if you're looking,
Made the monetary subtraction for it.
perfect.
I'm not negotiating. This is like what you would get like at a gas station or something. that equivalent, that caliber of healing kit.
All right, so it takes the better part of the day to craft that breastplate, and you guys spend the time at the tavern and hanging out and all that, and Runa's off doing God knows what. But before long, you guys are done, unless you wanted to have some sort of RP interaction in the tavern.
Well, if Kaylee at any point put her stuff down and then like went up to go make an order or anything, then she would come back to the healer's kit, you know, like on her seat.
Oh, thank you. Well, I guess I wouldn't know.
On making eye contact, I would say I don't like the idea of anyone owing me anything.
Yeah, you wouldn't technically know it was Nehessa unless she shot it at you with a crossbow.
Ties the kit to the bolt.
Yeah, so if Nehessa says that, then Kaylee will be very grateful. And she says, I think we'll have a good group here. Thank you.
As you say, I think we'll have a good group here.
Yeah, I
The
can
bear
feel
like
everything.
jumps through the tavern window.
Runa trots into the front door of the tavern with a bunny corpse in her mouth.
As a human or as an
No,
animal?
as in wolf form.
I didn't know.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's a valid question.
No, that's a perfectly valid. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I think I'll do as a wolf, and like people are like, "What the fuck? There's a wolf here!"
And you
And just,
animal
like,
it back, and then
well, like I think she would just like walk over to you guys and just look like your domesticated wolf, and just like drop the bunny on the table.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No, this is great.
I like shrink into the corner of the booth at this. This is drawing far too much attention.
I'm almost thinking that Kaylee will start to clean it.
at the table.
On the
At
table.
Yeah, I think like if you approach it, Runa's like, "Ugh."
Oh, okay. Never mind.
She's saving that for later.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think she wants that one.
And Leif thinks I'm the weird one.
I didn't think you were exclusively the weird one.
There can be more than one weird one.
Right. Okay, so
Yeah, how
you
long?
guys reconvene. How long did you want? Did you want to spend longer than it takes to make the breastplate in Hundlestone, or did you want to?
Leif is very keen to leave.
I think if
Okay.
there's good
Yeah.
weather, yeah, I don't see any
Yeah.
reason to stay.
Okay.
I think the only other thing that I would probably do is craft some more Afuda. So
Oh, sure.
she'll find a corner in the tavern. and
You
just-
you like
start
have
doing
limited
some,
of those?
I got lots of paper. And
We recommend it,
I'm
like-
trained in calligraphy, so
I mean, I'm having everybody track
Fair.
ammunition, and they're technically
no,
ammunition. So,
All right.
Makes sense.
No,
All right.
Well, while we're crafting, I just make sure to, share things that I found with him, and I'm asking plenty of questions, just trying to really respect him as the maker he is.
Sure. Well, it works. Falstaff is receptive to it. And so by the end of it, he feels like he not only feels good about helping to fulfill the debt for saving his son's life, but also he feels good because he got the chance to work with another smithy, as someone he doesn't know, someone who was respectful and all that. So under your allies and organizations part of your character sheet, go ahead and put Falstaff Shorthelm on there.
Nice.
That'll be great until you turn into a slot.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn into one. One's going to explode out of me.
Oh, okay. You're right. My bad.
And then, once you're done making that breastplate, you guys reconvene, and you are ready to head out of Hundlestone and towards Bryn Shander. Now, the trek from Hundlestone to Bryn Shander is significantly longer than that from Sheer to Hundlestone. It is multiple day travel, but luckily the 10 trail still exists. From there to Bryn Shander, I mean, it's the main way into Icewind Dale. And as you guys are preparing to leave, and as you guys are leaving Hundlestone, you can tell that the storm has swung mostly south of your position. You can see that it is continuing to dump snow to the south. And what makes matters worse, we're getting there, Scott. I see you in chat. Don't worry, we're getting there. What makes matters worse is that it looks like when you then look to the west, where the storm came from, it looks like it's just going to continue for a while. So you know that if ever you come back this way, it's going to be worse than it was on the way in. But you head north, head northeast toward Bryn Shander along the 10 trail. And with the weather clear as it is, I'm not going to require survival checks. Leif, you're able to find the way. The short helms see you off, and they let you know that you're welcome anytime you're back in town.
For the record, I never left wolf form.
Okay. Perfect.
Roxana's holding her to-go mead from the
Nice. And then
Is it a big gulp?
So was it a venti?
a venti. After about midday, you guys come across a smashed cart at the side of the road, and you see a large set of tracks away from the cart and into some snow-covered trees just to the south.
Can I sniff? Sniff?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around for
I
tracks.
was going to say, I want to make an investigate check to see if I can figure out what happened here.
Okay. And I'll take a survival check from you, Leif. Okay, so Leif, the tracks, you can tell that they're humanoid in shape, but they are too big to be humanoid as classified by D&D. You believe that they could be ogre, they could even be giant. You're not sure. But the point is that they are booted feet and they are humanoid in shape. Bear, you can tell that this cart looks like you're guessing that it was some sort of tradesman or merchant cart coming from Bryn Shander and heading toward Hundlestone. And you believe that it was attacked probably sometime within the last 12 hours. So likely overnight, but not necessarily for sure. And you can tell that the large tracks that are leading away, that you can actually find where they came from, like from an ambush. So this large individual attacked the cart and then presumably made off with something. And Runa, there's no tracks to support
I'm only
this.
doing smell.
Right. Yep. There's no tracks to support this, but you pick up a distinct canine scent.
Rival dog. Arf, arf. I'm gonna start following it, but I'm gonna stay within sight. I'm not gonna like run off completely.
Okay.
And I
So-
kind of like look over my shoulder at like someone and like try to get their attention as well.
Sure.
Is Runa going in the direction where I think that the attackers went?
Runa, are you following the scent, or
I'm-
the scent
I'm-
and the tracks go in the same direction?
Okay, then yeah.
Okay. I'm going to signal to everybody else that maybe you should follow.
Yeah, if I see her going, I'll follow.
I mean, you live your life, but should probably follow.
All right. So then I will need a marching order. It sounds like Runa's up front.
Yeah, I'll be up front. Sniff, sniff.
And I am right behind.
Yeah, I'll be near the front.
Yeah, with my perception, Haley's just sort of taking in the sights.
I'll
Okay.
be up after Lee.
So I have Runa, Bear, Leif, Rixana, Kaylee in back, or Nehessa in back.
I'm not letting Kaylee walk behind me.
Okay, perfect.
Wow.
Wow.
I just make you a pause to let her go ahead.
Great. All right. So Runa, you are following the scent, and it is going alongside those large tracks. And after a little while, Leif, you're able to tell once you get away from the where that cart was and back out into the wilderness, and you're kind of watching how Runa is going, and it's in the same direction as the tracks, but you can tell that she's following something else. You're able to kind of key in and see, and you do see paw prints from like a wolf, but they're big. They're like they're large, and you end up coming to an area with some pretty thick, a thickly wooded area, and you can see that there are like ruined buildings kind of in and around this area. It looks like it maybe at one point was a town would be generous, but there was a couple of buildings here at one point. They have since been fallen into disarray. And I'm going to move us to another map. And Runa, passive is a 15. You are smelling, like you can tell that this canine creature is near. And you're smelling that it seems to be currently in like the northwest of your current position.
Okay.
The areas that are kind of blacked out are the walls of the and you can kind of see how you can see into one right here. But I think we have like a passive of 17. Yes, Leif. You hear, so there's a breeze. It's not a strong wind anymore. A light breeze kind of ruffling through the trees. But Leif, you can hear the sound of breathing coming from the northwest as well. The breathing is deep, and I'm saying loud, but I'm only saying that to indicate that you believe it's coming from a large individual, a large creature of some sort. It's not
Right, so it's
loud
like
in
a
that
it's like a longer breath than it would be with a regular sized person.
Yes, yep, and it's not loud as in like labored. It's very rhythmic. It's very every so often it kind of like stutters or pauses for a moment, but then it resumes these really deep inhales, long exhales, that sort of thing.
I'll
do you
stop
guys do?
everybody quietly and signal in the direction,
Okay, and that is
and
all men
I'll
from the
hold a
northwest.
hand up higher than my head.
Oh, sure. So
Can
up in
I-
this area.
Can I try to sneak in that direction?
Sure, I'll take a stealth check.
Oh, that should just be a 9.
Okay.
So not that good. But I
So you can,
start to creep forward a little bit.
yeah, I'll let you
Let me
move up to
go.
your movement, and then I'll continue after you're done moving.
I think this is where I'll stop because there's that. What is that? A rock?
Where did you say it was coming from? Up here?
Nope, to up and to the northwest of Runa's position.
All right, okay.
So,
Yeah. So I kind of reached that corner there, and I'm kind of crouched behind that rock.
sure. Okay. So you
Uh,
rolled a 9 on stealth.
Sure did.
What does that? So it's not great. Like you're gonna be detected, but how
Right.
are you detected? Why don't you tell me how Runa, you know,
Um,
quote unquote, failed stealth?
Why don't you tell us? What are we paying you for?
I mean, I think probably she started off wanting to be stealthy, but by the time she got to the front there, she started getting excited.
Oh, you
Hmm.
chose.
So, yeah, I mean, whatever. Um, she's flighty, right? So
Right.
she gets up there and she doesn't see it, so she gets a little angry and she makes a little growl.
Oh, sure. Okay, great. Okay. You make that growl, and you see, Runa. This creature also appears as if it's trying to move stealthily. You are able to pick it out. This is one of those weird moments.
We're like, it's gonna be another wolf, and it's like the Spider-Man meme, like.
Yeah.
You both think it's a mirror, right?
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
It's the Groucho Marx scene, the Harpo Marx dance.
So you see this large white wolf step out from around the corner of this building here. And it's moving in such a way, it's moving stealthily like a wolf. It has its up and it's moving very quietly. But as soon as it sees you, it lets out a howl. And I'm going to call for initiative.
You would.
Oh boy.
That's my first like below 20-ish initiative. I'm consistently getting like 19 plus.
Forgot to click my token.
Also, Scott, in case you weren't aware, this is your random encounter. And don't worry, guys, because I know we didn't talk about this. I forgot. So random encounters won't be something that the viewers can cash in for in the future.
Why
That's,
is it there then?
That's a holdover from one of my other campaigns that is now on. So
I want to redeem my
I wanna-
points to random encounter Scott. I just want someone to go to his work
Make
and
it
beat
like-
the shit out of him.
Make it like 10,000 points or something.
Just run away.
it's I think 15 or 1800, and he
It's
cashed those in.
1,500. Make it 15,000.
Oh, I see. Just make it really high. Yeah. All right. Okay. So
I will
Kaylee.
say-
So Kaylee,
I
you
need my
see.
token added to the turn order.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to click it. My bad.
Gotcha. 12, 14. Okay, so Kaylee, you see Runa go forward, and you see her stop and tense up, and then I don't know if you can see you.
Yeah, I
probably
can
can't.
see this very edge. of
Okay,
the-
so you see a little bit of this large white furred creature, and then you hear a wolf howl.
Oh,
And it
boy.
wasn't me.
Right, it wasn't your wolf.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Am I supposed to be able to? Oh, it's up there.
It's north of your position.
Ah, it's a big fluffy wolf.
Mm-hmm.
He is big doggo.
I don't really have a good. Okay. Pretty sure darts. Darts and a Fuda. They're all pretty short ranged. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is what, disadvantage?
Yeah, that would be disadvantage.
I'll just do a dart.
Okay.
13.
13 is a hit.
Hey.
For 7 damage. Okay.
So yeah, basically she comes up there, she sees that wolf, and it's got its hackles up, and she lays a gentle hand on Runa and whips this dart with her other hand over Runa's head. So
Nice. It hits the wolf's flank and it flinches, but it does not look like it's going to flee.
yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. So then Nehessa, you're up next.
Oh, she'll say big wolf since Runa can't talk.
How dare you? I can talk.
It's not.
Arf, arf, arf.
Let's roll me a-
Raggy. Sorry.
Can we pass under these trees? Or are these rocks?
Yes. Yep. Yes, you can. Those are trees.
5. Uh, 30.
So Nehessa, to the north here,
Mhm.
you see the legs of some incredibly large humanoid shape. Booted feet. Looks like it's wearing mammoth furs. This is the largest person-shaped thing you've probably ever seen. But you only see from like its waist down because it appears to be lying down or leaning back against the walls of that building. But after that wolf howled, it is like stirring and starting to rise.
Those lying down. All right. 5 feet. Actually, all right. So I think I've got 10 feet left. Let's start back here first. I'm gonna duck into the. Actually, no. I'll just duck back around, and then for like proper action, I will actually attempt to hide this turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Big guy. Great.
11. All right. Okay, so this big guy stands up. And Kaylee and Runa, you would be able to see it over the wall of the ruin, but because of dynamic lighting working the way it can, you know what? I'll just delete that. I'll just delete that wall. It is a frost giant. And it stands up and it's like rubbing its face with its palms. It was apparently napping or sleeping of some sort. This wolf appears to be like its companion. And it turns around and looks, and these walls probably come up to about its chest. And it sees Runa and Kaylee, and it gets this big grin, and it steps out from around the wall. So it's going to move.
It's grinning because we're new friends, right?
That definitely looks like why it's grinning. Yeah, your insight's a 9, right?
Yeah.
It is unarmed, so it's not wielding any weapons. And it sees Runa. It sees Runa and Kaylee. Well, no, it moved its it moved its movement, so it is just going to make an attack against Runa. And like I said, it's swinging unarmed. So the first one, AC 13, that's a hit.
Okay.
For 8 bludgeon damage.
Okay.
And the second one is a hit for 7 bludgeon damage.
Ow.
So it's just swinging and probably throws a kick in there too. As it attacks Runa, and it lets out this chuckle, just like this this really deep chuckle that reverberates around the stone walls around you. Everybody can see this. So you know what? I'm gonna delete because he's tall enough to where everybody would be able to see him. So I'm gonna delete that wall as well. Bear, you are up. Nehessa, for what it's worth, it didn't seem to take note. So.
All right.
Well, I am going to move up as far as I can, which sadly is not going to be next to him. I'm going to use my bonus action to shift.
Nice.
And
There's our other bear.
Yeah. Not many extra HP, but whatever.
Sure.
And I am taking a shot at him.
All right. 13 misses.
That big and it misses? Ugh.
you would have shot the wolf, that would have hit.
Yeah.
And Robo Bear is going to move up over here. That's it.
Okay. Runa.
Kind of sad because what I was gonna do isn't gonna work anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, make friends with
That's
the wolf.
okay. No. I was gonna pounce the wolf.
Oh.
But now there's a frost giant in my face. I guess if I take an attack of opportunity, I could still do it.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do it. Hit
Okay.
me.
He will gladly take
actually,
another
please-
swing.
Please miss. Actually, that'd be great if you miss.
That's a hit
Fuck.
for another.
Well, I was going to say Robo Bear's got a reaction to give him disadvantage.
Oh, okay. I will roll
Hell yeah.
that one more time.
Do it. I like that.
It's still a hit.
Damn.
For 11 bludgeon damage this time.
Ow. Okay.
Ooh.
This is looking less and less like a thing I should do.
That's what MJ
So-
the player is saying.
Well, this is what I'll say. All you declared was that you were moving out of hit.
right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you can move in any direction.
I think. I mean, I took the attack of opportunity already. I might as well back up.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll back up
Range
all the way to here.
platform.
But I will let out a menacing howl at it.
Yeah.
Well, I run away and then I turn and then I howl.
Okay. DC 13. It does not look like it has any effect on him.
Fine. I still haven't done my standard action. Why didn't I attack? I should have attacked and then moved. I forgot that I can't shift back because it's a bonus action to shift.
Oh, I
and
see.
I just did the howl. Do you mind if I had just gotten a quick attack in before I left?
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Or it's either that or I'd lose an entire action. I do have advantage on this because of pack tactics. Because I was over here when I did it. Wow, great, 12.
12's not going to do it.
Okay, cool. Then it didn't matter. That was me.
Flight's going swimmingly.
And I'm gonna quickly BRB, but you guys
Okay.
keep going.
Leif.
It's just
Those are trees,
just-
yes. You're passing
tree.
under them. Nice. Okay. Mm. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice. The axe embeds in like base of his neck, like kind of between his shoulders, sort of area. You get the sense that it didn't hurt him a whole lot, but he turns around and looks back at Leif, and he just grins when you mentioned scarred, and he chuckles again, and now he turns to face Leif like completely.
You do
Rixana.
get advantage on that attack, so you might get a crit.
Oh, advantage. Oh yeah, from Zephyr. So
Huh?
yeah,
Oh, right, okay.
Oh yeah. Well,
Zephyr Strike gives him advantage. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
It's the reverse
you
of
aren't gonna roll
advantage.
that. Yeah, you got that out of the way.
Yeah. All right, Rixana.
All right. I'm not quite in range, so what I'm gonna do is use cunning action to do a dash action
Okay.
to get within range, and then sorry, 1 second. Okay, so
What size creature is this?
Giants are huge.
Yeah, 3x3 is huge.
go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. Oh no!
1.
Jesus.
It's back to
Rixana,
my
he
first
is-
session again.
Rixana, he's unaware of your presence.
Oh.
I'm unaware of his presence
That's
too.
It's the slipperiest giant.
Yeah. I used my bonus already, so I can't do offhand. But I will do backup without doing the opportunity attack here. Let's see, that was 40, so I have about 20 more feet of movement. Let's go here.
And he already used his reaction this round anyway, so.
Okay. I'll move. Let's see. Yeah, about there is good. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Winter Wolf is gonna go. And it's gonna say hi to its wolf friend. Oh,
Oh, good.
MJ's back just
Oh,
in
good.
time.
Oh, this is good. Miss me, please.
So it rushes around the corner and it's bite suddenly at Runa.
Which one are we
Oops.
using
Which one are we using? What?
in the chat?
Terrain. No, he's not going to be treated as terrain. He'd have to be bigger than that.
I want a Shadow of Colossus him.
Oh, you know what? You
can.
might get the opportunity for that during this campaign, but unfortunately not against a frost giant. All right, so this guy's going to bite at. Yeah, I would say it has to be bigger to just treat it as terrain. Yeah, I think so.
It's gonna be like a paraski or something.
No,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
He can't do like athletics or whatever to climb up on this one.
Oh. No, I'm still gonna say no. I'm still gonna say it has to be the grapple.
How very uncinematic of you.
AC 13. That bite is a hit. It's going to be for 7 piercing damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
I believe I have advantage. No, I don't. Well, this is gonna be real bad. Yep,
Oof.
I was right. It was real
So,
bad.
So you guys probably all
I'm
hear Runa yelp out as the winter rushes around the corner and throws her to the ground. And that's the start of a new round with Kaylee.
What chat missed was me complaining to Nick that I had all these temp HP and that I had not been targeted yet. So now I'm this is the revenge. Of me
How do
getting
those words
fucking
taste, MJ?
bad. I have 2 hit points left.
2 hit points.
Two.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yep.
This
All
is
right.
good playtesting feedback for the design of the class.
I tell you what, if Scott's random encounter total party kills the party, watch what happens to Scott.
Nobody will know what happens to
MJ won't
Scott.
come
He'll
up with
just
a
disappear.
third PC.
Somebody start the GoFundMe for Mora.
There you go. There's 5 hit points.
Cool.
Okay. And then with that comes one of these to the wolf. 11. Oh, wait,
11's
no,
gonna
I'm
miss.
not disadvantaged anymore.
Oh.
That's, 20.
20 hits.
Pow. That's
Orf.
my lovely turn.
All right. Nehessa.
Alright. 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, or 20. So I believe is engaged with him. So unfortunately, I guess since you said he didn't even turn around when Rixana ran up, tried to stab him, did nothing.
Right,
And,
he's still facing Leif.
So
Yep,
he's facing us. So I think he would have noticed me coming up here.
He would have
and
seen.
I'll-
Yeah. Yep.
So I too will shout in giant. Why'd you attack the caravan? And then I'll stab at him.
Okay. 16
All right.
hits.
Oh wow, big 5. Well, let's get a little offhand action in there.
I think
13
my cat wants to
misses.
say hello again.
The cat is a chat favorite.
She is.
Yeah.
She's very vocal right now.
How much inspiration has
25,
Cat gotten?
30, 35, 40.
Now you don't want him?
All right.
35, 40. All right. I'm
Okay. The frost giant, Robo-Bear. Can Robo-Bear make attacks of opportunity?
Absolutely, it can.
Go ahead.
It didn't it give disadvantage on
That was
something?
last round.
That was last. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
So.
Do I get my reaction? He
Robo-Bear-
moved within 20 feet of me.
I think we determined that was when they enter that range.
But he was on the edge,
Like when
right?
From here?
It's
Oh, no,
15.
No,
no.
he's 15 feet.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 hits.
Awesome. 5 force.
All right. So Bear chomps at him, or I guess blasts him, as he disengages from Bear. But he's focusing on Leif now because he's got that axe in the back of his neck. And he's going to make 2 unarmed strikes against Leif.
Mhm.
If I click it right. There we go. AC... What is your AC? 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first one's a hit for 7 bludgeon.
Okay.
Second one's a hit for 10 bludgeon.
Excuse me?
7 and 10. And as he's hitting you, he just says, "Scarred will be pleased." And Bear, you are up.
So on that note, Bear's going to run up and just unload into the dude's back.
Okay. 16 hits.
13 piercing.
The giant is shocked at the sound of Bear's gun. And he has, Leif, you can see there's this small moment, not quite panic, but almost there in his eyes where he's like, "What was that?" So
I clang my pistol against my shield and look menacingly at him.
So anyway, I
And,
started blasting.
yeah. I am sicking Robo-Bear on him too, so he
Nice.
is going to get another attack.
And we got raided with a party of 11, so thanks for joining us. Cow. Thank you
Nice.
for the raid, Aravander.
Stick around and watch me get my ass kicked.
Yeah, we're in the we're in the close episode, but yeah. Okay. And Bear did a 12, which is gonna
Miss.
miss. All right, Runa, you're up. You're down, but you're
But yeah,
there.
I mean, I'm up. Getting up is what? A move action? Half your move?
Just half
part
move.
of you is yeah.
Half your move?
move.
Okay. So I'll get up and then I'll attack because I have advantage. So that's
Mhm.
nice. So wow.
18
there we go.
hits.
All right. So just 6 damage.
Nice.
Do you
And
live or
then-
anything, or is that just on a pounce?
That's only when I pounce.
Okay.
So I think what I'll do is I'll have 15 feet of movement. I'm gonna kind of go around the side here.
Okay.
Like I'm just kind of, circling behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just do another menacing roar, but it's a howl because I'm a wolf.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, hold on. I already did it. Okay, it's fine.
Okay. DC 13 whiz save. It fails.
Yeah, be scared of me.
So it's all confident. The Winter Wolf is all confident. get back up. Instead of running, which it expected a chase,
Mhm.
instead of running, you bit back and then showed that you weren't going anywhere, and that is causing it some second guessing.
Though I be but little, I am fierce.
Yeah. As a heads up to those rated before we move on to Leif's turn, yes, Jayhawk in chat is correct. You can spend channel points to grant inspiration to player characters if you so choose, which would I think they'd probably appreciate that at this point. Leif, you're up.
I'm not sure
Fine.
anyone's got 1200 just sitting in their back pocket.
Maybe not.
Everyone's
You never
fine
know.
with me.
For 1500, you can give us a random encounter.
No,
You
No.
already turned that off.
we're good.
Maybe Radagast will show
We're in
up
the
and
middle
heal
of
us.
one.
All right. Gosh, how many campaigns do I have to go before we're done referencing Radagast?
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action,
Nice.
and then I'm going to hit him with an axe.
Okay.
Mhm.
20 hits.
Well done.
Scott, I disabled the random encounter stuff, so you can't
Then
trigger it
fuck
again. More
And
damage.
there's the Hunter's Mark damage.
For another 2. Very nice.
Is it though?
Every little bit
It's
counts.
better than not having
I feel
it.
like the death by 1,000 cuts approach for a giant isn't going to work very quickly.
No, we'll find out. Well, quickly, probably not. Rixana, you're
Hey,
If
maybe
it was
he's
literally
down.
1,000 attacks, I think we
Level
could keep
3.
down.
All right. Rixana, having backed up and seeing her sister get a big chunk taken out of her by this wolf, Rixana's going to turn her attention from the giant to the wolf, charge forward and attack.
$20
there we
will
go.
hit.
Yay. 16 damage.
Ooh, nice.
And then I'll follow up with offhand attack.
20 will
again.
hit. Very nice.
Nice.
Damn.
Just 2 more. And then
The Winter Wolf is bloodied.
cool. I think I'll stick around and give it another target, so I won't move
Cool.
back.
All right. The Winter Wolf's turn, so it has disadvantage while it is within sight of. It's scared of Runa, so it's going to attack. We'll let the dice decide. 1 to 2, it's Runa. 3 to 4, it's Rixana. 5 to 6, it's Kaylee. It's attacking Rixana. So bite with disadvantage. Oh, that's still a hit for 13 piercing damage.
Good.
And then I need a strength saving throw.
I'm good at those, not really. Okay. Let's see.
Rogues are great at strength.
That's my forte. 11.
All right. You are also knocked. Well, you are knocked prone as well.
Okay.
As the wolf bites you and throws you to the ground, and then the wolf is going to flee. So you guys can all make your attacks of opportunity with your reactions. And Rix, I'm going to say yours is at disadvantage because you're prone.
Sure.
Do I still get my pack tactics?
Sure. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, because it happens
come
before it
on.
moves.
Yeah, 10 with
10
disadvantage.
misses. The 20 hits though.
7.
All right. And it let's see, what's its speed? Okay, it's going to book it around basically back the way it came. Trying to put distance between it and Runa. And that's its turn. Kaylee, you're up.
Oh boy. Probably can't chase it. I'm gonna. I hate splitting up attacks, but I think I'm gonna go here.
'Kay.
And quarterstaff this guy.
17 hits.
And going to flurry.
Nice. 16 hits. For 6. All right. 17 hits. Okay. Nehessa.
We've got it cornered.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely be able to keep him in place. 5, 7, 20. I'll just run up, take a couple of swings.
Nice.
Sure. Nope. Offhand. Nope.
No.
All right. Well, I can still help. I will back up though.
He's
Yes,
just
he
gonna go
declines.
walking with all you guys clinging to his legs.
He does have his reaction. So he's going to make that attack of opportunity as Nehessa tries to disengage. AC. What's your AC with the blade song going?
It should be 18, I believe. Oh, yeah, it is going. 18.
18's a miss. And then his turn. He's still got Leif in front of him, and he can see that Leif is against the ropes, so he's going to take a swing at Leif.
He's very tall, right? I'm under a tree, according to the map. Surely I get some sort of cover.
I'll give you a plus. Well, he can kick, so he's gonna.
Is that what? Or is he attacking with the axe though?
He's not attacking.
No, he only
doesn't
had
have an axe.
fists.
He's unarmed.
Oh, he was unarmed. That's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why this was supposed to be winnable.
No, but I can't. You know, even if he's kicking, I'm under the canopy of the tree. Maybe he can't see me very well.
Maybe he'll stub his toe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He did miss.
Yes.
So angrily, he's gonna try again.
No.
And he missed again. I rolled a nat 1 on that first one. So he's
So he
he's
explodes.
kicking- yeah, so he blows up, and
Kicks his
congratulations.
wolf.
No, he kicks his wolf. He is kicking like crazy under that tree, and snow is just falling off. And Leif's like trying to stay out of the way. And this giant's just like, "Grr, grr," like flailing his feet, basically trying to get at Leif, but he's just missing and missing. Bear, you're up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to. Screw it. I'm just going to attack. Nothing fancy.
Sure.
Just a bullet in the spine, apparently.
21 hits, yeah.
The
Nice.
flying spittle.
Yeah.
The frost giant is bloodied.
Yay.
Robo Bear is going to go after him while he's down. Or,
All right. Well,
while
I
he's
mean,
down.
oof.
He thought
Nope.
it was down, apparently.
Unfortunately,
Apparently
no, yeah.
not.
Robo-Bear expected him to go down, but he didn't.
Reboot the bear.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Hold the power button in the nose for 5 seconds. All
The
right,
power button's not in its nose.
Runa, you're up.
All right, so that other wolf is just gone.
It went to the north.
Gone
It's still on
around
the
the
map,
corner.
but it went to the north around that building.
All right, so I just can't see it from where I am.
Mhm.
But it looks like it just kind of ran off. Oh man, I'm torn. Like I really should be focusing on the giant now that it's gone, but I gotta win the hunt.
But you are a coon.
Runa, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. All right, so I'm gonna shapeshift back,
Okay.
and oh my goodness, what am I doing? What am I doing?
What are you
Some
doing?
things. It's what
All
we do
right.
best.
You're gonna be saying that a lot this campaign. So.
I am.
Stage and
Oh,
finish
there
the
it is. I see it. No, it's good. I'm gonna cast sleep on it.
Oh my god.
God.
Go
Yeah.
Roll those dice. Let's see what you
That
get.
makes sense.
I'll cast it.
Yeah. Upcast, yeah.
Boom.
21 puts it to sleep.
Oh!
It
I win!
collapses.
I
As
win.
this,
Do we have the
Sleep
sleep counter yet?
Yeah.
this, oh yeah, we need to get a sleep
Oh,
counter on stream for next time. We'll get it for
on
next
the,
time.
It's
Yeah.
on the wrong. It's on the wrong because the old sleep counter is on the old Roll20 game.
Oh, that's
So now
right.
it's gone. Do you remember what it was at? I think
4
I had
to
2
now
and you had
2, I
4.
believe.
Yeah, 2 to 4. Okay,
That
I'll
sounds right.
write it. And then for my
So many
bonus
counts
action,
The bonus
for
action
my
was a
bonus
tip,
action, I'm
isn't it?
gonna Misty or Face Step 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like here, and I can't do the fear thing because I'm too far. But
Right.
that's what I do.
Okay. Leif, you're up real quick to catch up some of our Nahessa and Ru have a sleep competition going where whoever can put the most enemies or most creatures to sleep, allies count. So.
Yeah, I've already been put to sleep
Yeah.
once.
All right, Leif, you're up.
Right, so main hand melee attack.
17 hits.
So and an extra d6 for Hunter's Mark,
Nice.
and then offhand,
That hits.
and another d6.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that-
not too bad. What's that?
sleep-
12, 17?
Competition is not out of any sort of like agreed upon contest. It's just because Rune is obsessed with winning games.
And I'll yell in
Uh-huh.
Giant that he is he sure he hasn't been reanimated by Scarred already because he hits like a skeleton.
You can tell that it looks like he's second guessing his choices. Around look.
He's going to get another chance at them though when he gets reanimated by his lich boss.
Rixana.
All right, Rixana's gonna get up. Saw 15 feet left. She would have gone after her sister, but all of a sudden the wolf goes down for night time, and her sister goes right back past her. So she'll move 15, and then is gonna face step.
Yeah.
I think that should be 25. Yep, right there. Boom. She's gonna appear and with full fire mode, golden skin. That'll be
Nice.
3 damage to the giant as she appears.
Okay.
And then I shall attack.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not disadvantaged anymore. Okay. 10.
10 misses.
I am gonna spend my inspiration because
Nice. There
No.
you go. There you go.
no, I want to hit.
Yes.
19.
There you
That'll
go.
do it. That'll do it.
13 damage. And then I'll hit with the offhand attack. Well, I'll try to hit 15.
15 hits.
Another 2. And that's me.
Okay. The winter wolf. Its turn. It's sleeping. It can't. It snores. Kaylee.
Dang right.
All right, she tries another combo here, quarterstaff. Nope.
Ooh, miss.
And yeah, last key point will flurry again.
22 hits. Very nice.
Shoot.
7 miss.
All right.
Nahessa, you get the sense that this thing's ready to flee.
Oh no, we can't let it flee.
Scott Sigmund.
What is the
thing on us.
radius?
We gotta
of
kill it.
sleep again?
I swear to God.
Looking to
It's,
double your count.
20
Everything
feet of a
within
point of
20
my
feet of a
choice.
Yeah, so you can like pick up here and it would only hit.
Oh yeah, no, I can get it if it's
Or
like,
he could double his count.
Yeah, or you can center it on the frost giant and just
Whoops.
no, don't do that.
Oh, what?
Well, yeah, it would be ticking up, but I am going to do
Look
it
at that
centering
right
on-
there. Look at that.
Yeah, so if we can make that, yeah, I mean move it up so it's no, one more.
Yeah, I
There
like
you
that.
go. There you go.
If that is borderline, so that it
Yes.
misses, yeah,
That
is
won't
outside
get Leif.
Leif's. That won't.
That will not get Leif because he's in the square outside of it.
All right, so I'm guessing that this dude was downgraded. So I'm actually gonna upcast. There we go, 38.
38 is enough to put him to sleep. He slumps to the
Yeah.
ground.
Nice.
That was finally catching up.
Which direction does he fall? Bear in mind, I'm under the tree canopy.
He falls to the north,
Damn it.
hitting the wall of that ruin and kind of slumping up against it.
I will shout out to everyone else all at once now.
I was gonna say, unless anybody's stopping me, I'm putting a bullet in his brain pan.
Fucking do it. We all want to get if we prep it so that we all attack it once. then we
MJ,
can
you
all
have a perfect setup for the line.
The line.
The
still only
line
counts as-
that still only counts as one.
I already said it when she did the
yeah.
poll.
I didn't hear it.
I feel like we're gonna be saying that a lot this campaign.
All right.
I mean, if you're gonna coup de grace it, yeah, this is, you guys got it. I
Yeah,
will.
Let's finish this.
There's
yeah,
no
so-
way it can defend itself. So.
If we all collaborate.
I
yeah,
double
I
tap
think we're
it.
murder on the Orienting Express is too.
Fir-
All right.
First rule of Rime of the Frostmaiden: double tap.
I kind of want to do something cool, but I don't know if it's worth the the effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do it. So I go back up to this wolf
Okay.
and I cast Speak with Animals.
Sorry, did you say you cast Sleep with Animals?
Speak.
Speak with
Oh,
Animals.
sorry.
I think
Um,
joking.
So here's the
And-
funny thing, Runa.
Oh, is it
I'm gonna
not a
save you a.
Technically.
No, I'm gonna save you a spell slot because winter wolves speak common, giant, and winter wolf.
Well, would I know that?
They speak or they understand?
Would Runa know that?
I don't know. Do you want me to make a check?
Runa doesn't even know what day it is.
Yeah, I mean, Runa doesn't know what money is, so
That's
Whoa.
sure. Okay, then never mind. If you want to spend the spell slot, then sure,
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll. It doesn't really matter. I'll do it.
sure. I mean,
Um,
this is the last encounter of the night, so
And then I poke it
Or-
awake with my scythe,
okay.
and in an genuinely menacing voice, Runa says, "It's time for you to run away now."
And the winter wolf shakes up out of its as you poke it and deal 1 hit point of damage with your scythe. And it sees its Runa again, and it does not look happy to see Runa again. And when she says that, it's going to turn and flee. And it's the map isn't representative of it, but the direction it is fleeing is south.
South's the way we came, right?
Well, on the map, you guys
Like on
came
the
from the
world map.
south. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry. It's going to flee away from the road.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I let it run, and there's like a glint in Runa's eyes as she watches it run, like, and a smirk, like, I win. This is my victory. I get to watch you run in shame, you fool. And
Nice.
anyone else who's watching is like, what the?
Great.
Great.
Yeah. All right. So what are you guys doing?
Rooting through this guy's gigantic pockets.
Looting the body.
Pocket.
You should know.
He bumped off the
Checking the-
wagon, so presumably he took that stuff somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Checking where
So
he
if
was
you check
sleeping.
around where he's sleeping, you do
Mhm.
crates and barrels and sacks of stuff that he hauled with him. Most of it is carrying weapons. They're short swords and long swords and axes, that sort of thing. You also find, of note, you see that there is an iron lockbox in the mix as well, but you find no key for it.
Oh well, foiled again.
Yeah, shit.
Just turn and walk away.
Just leave it here.
I'm gonna pull out my thieves' tools.
Well, I would say when you pick up the lockbox, you hear the sound of like metal, like many metal objects inside of it clinking and rolling around.
They're just tiny metal bears.
Spikes that are gonna explode.
But yeah, they're all caltrops that are gonna blow up in your face. Okay, Bear, you're gonna try and pick it.
I'm gonna attempt.
Okay, I'll take a dex check with proficiency if you are proficient.
I am.
Oh, artificers.
I didn't add in my proficiency though. I
So
clicked
2
around
more?
it, but yeah.
Well,
Okay.
he just
I
You are-
didn't have my thieves' tools on there, but yeah.
Sure. So you're clicking around with your thieves' tools and click as the lock opens, and you swing open the iron lockbox, and inside you see 100 gold pieces
Mhm.
and 2 gemstones that look to be, you're guessing they're probably worth 50 gold.
Okay. I'll divide up the gold itself, and
Mhm.
we'll worry about the jewels later.
Nice.
Can I ask
Alright.
Roxana, can she turn into a horse or something? Or like a Zeke?
Of course.
Kind of convinced she can turn into anything at this point.
All right. Awesome. Well, we're only at 10:40. Our end time is normally 11, but I think the next step of this encounter is going to be longer than 20 minutes. So we will end there for tonight and reconvene next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Continuing the trek to 10 towns. Thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoy all of them. Thanks again for the raid.
We don't.
Oh, wait, no, we can do one more encounter. So Leif explodes with a slod baby. Roll initiative. No, I'm kidding.
I legitimately didn't expect that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so thanks for the raid, Eravander. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thanks for cashing in the points to Scott.
What was
and,
Eravander doing before they
Really,
raided?
really, thanks.
Yeah, Eravander, what were you doing before you raided? Let's get that on there. Eravander, or Nausicaa, thank you for the cash in on points for the hydrating and the posture check. And then Scott, thank you for the random encounter. That was a good way to
No,
end the
don't thank him.
Don't
No.
thank him.
Try
I
harder
think by
next
now,
one.
I think
Deserves a
Runa,
hearty fuck you, Scott.
I think Runa's starting to understand that money is a reward for victory.
Yeah.
So when
No.
when
Let's
the
not reinforce this
coin is
behaviour, because
spitting
I
out
don't
the-
want you
Yeah,
us to be
yeah, no,
paying you when
exactly.
you put us to sleep.
I did good. Money?
Money, please.
Money, please.
Now she's just gonna approach it like Scott Pilgrim, like it's not exploding into
Yeah.
coins.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Eravander was playing Star Renegades. Awesome. Well, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Scott is asking for more ways to screw the party with channel points. So,
Oh, good.
I mean, I think this campaign is probably going to be hard enough without, but
I was gonna say we do a plenty good job screwing ourselves.
that's true as well.
20,000 points. Give someone a slod.
Slot
impregnation.
baby.
Yeah.
I don't like that. No, there's consent issues with that. I'm not happy with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, obviously.
Oh, well,
Should we
so,
explain to people why we're joking about slod babies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. The
so-
only reason why that is it's one
Need
potential secret that could happen in this campaign as
yeah,
written.
Rime of the
Yeah.
Frostmaiden comes with secrets, kind of like a mini mechanic. Not even a mechanic, but
Yeah,
it's just
apparently on a card draw, your character can explode.
one of the
Seems
secrets
legit.
that a PC could get is that they're infected with a baby slod. And those erupt out of you like an alien. So, yeah.
Maybe it's a
Eravander,
typo. Maybe it's meant to be a baby salad.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah, that can erupt out of me quite easily.
I suppose I should say thank you to MJ, yeah, for letting Eravander know the stream, so that then led to the raid. So thank you for that.
I just shared it on everything.
Oh, sure. Awesome. Great. I appreciate it. Like I said, we play every night at 7 p.m., so we reconvene next week. And also this Friday, I will be picking back up my campaign prep stream Friday morning. It won't be about Rime of the Frostmaiden. It will be about something else I haven't decided quite yet what. But you can also look forward to that. So that's all we got. Thanks, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for staying and watching. And we will see you all next week.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.